We are very fortunate this evening here on Talksport 2 as the players make their way out onto the pitch at a packed Riverside Stadium for this Friday night. Both clubs out to send a message to the rest of the Championship that they are ready for an assault on automatic promotion. Will Middlesbrough return to the summit, or will Ipswich Town move to within 3 points of the leaders? It's your live and exclusive Friday night EFL action here on Talksport 2. Should be an absolute cracker in the company of former Scotland striker Chris Iwelumo and Talksport's John Dunn.
Very good afternoon, good evening, Hugh, and good evening, everyone. What is a fine evening in the northeast. A light breeze, but then a burst of warmth from the pyrotechnics that are below us that have been sent into the sky. It's been a cracking atmosphere in the build-up to this one. The PA has got the speakers on full blast, and that has certainly got the Middlesbrough fans in particular in full voice. Two sides who have suffered defeat just once in their opening segment of games and looking to cement their promotion credentials following the latest international break. Well, both have just that one defeat. For Borough, it's only one win in their last 5. Ipswich have won 3 of their last 4. Borough unbeaten though here at the Riverside this season. The Tractor Boys are yet to win away from home. A reminder of the teams. Borough then suffering that first league defeat of the season before the break at Portsmouth, and Rob Edwards reacting by making 4 changes and a switch of formation. Ayling, Morris, Hansen and Sen all moved to the bench. In come Brown, Bergzorg, Whittaker and Strelec. So it's Brint in goal. The back 4, which has switched from the back 3, will be Britton, Jones, Fry and Target. Brown and Hackney just in front of them, with Bergzorg, Conway and Whittaker looking to support Strelec up front. Ipswich, many people's favourites for an instant return to the Premier League. They could go third tonight, despite having played a game less than everyone else in the Championship. The Tractor Boys unchanged from their long overdue derby win against nearest neighbours Norwich before we broke for the internationals. So Palmer is in goal. The defence is Furlong, O'Shea, Kipri and Davis. Kahusti is alongside Matuisa in midfield, with Eggerly, Schmodix and Philogene behind Hurst up front. Both teams in their traditional colours, either side of the centre circle, going into a huddle. Final words between the players. The final word from Chris before the game is around the atmosphere. It is red hot.
Absolutely unbelievable, electric, isn't it? You know, I spoke to a couple of fans coming in, very, very excited as well about the game, what they're seeing. You know, very happy with Rob Edwards and expecting a big reaction after that defeat away to Portsmouth.
Last meeting between these two sides 2 seasons ago in April of 2024, a 1-1 draw at Portman Road. The last 3 games here between the two have ended in 2-0 finishing results. 2 of those going to the Borough, 1 to Ipswich. Not sure what you read into that, but at least there is a promise of goals, particularly Chris from Ipswich, who have been scoring freely in recent weeks, whereas Middlesbrough have found goals hard to come by. Yeah,
like you say, I think it's just having an understanding in what you want to get out of having the ball. You know, I think both teams like to have it. Can they go out there, be competitive, try and get a foothold in the game, and then off the back of that, it's about creating opportunities in that attacking third. And that's something Ipswich have done very successfully.
With the return of football after that international break, it's a packed weekend on Talksport. Tomorrow on Talksport, we've got Nottingham Forest and Chelsea live before Game Day Live, with Adrian Durham going around the grounds in the Premier League and the EFL with a full classified result. Here on a Friday night on Talksport 2, the home of the EFL, Middlesbrough against Ipswich. Middlesbrough kicking from right to left in this first half, from the side to the right, the south stand towards the north stand. The Ipswich fans, a good travelling number that have made the long trek from Suffolk on a Friday night. About 1,000, 1,500 of them over in that southeast corner. Middlesbrough have the ball in the opening stages. It's a throw on the far side, about 20 yards from the goal, that will be manned by Sol Brint, another player in the Middlesbrough ranks that has come through the academy at the Riverside Stadium. Here's the more experienced Matt Target with the ball down the left from the halfway line that was easily intercepted by Darnell Furlong, a summer signing from Ipswich from West Brom.
Well, at the minute you can see that it's David Strelec that's actually playing in the 10. Tommy Conway's trying to stretch the pitch as the 9, but like you say, they can share that. I think Delano Bergzorg down that left hand side there, that's when Matt Target, a lot of room for error, just clip it in with quality, give him something to chase, make sure you put it in behind Furlong.
Middlesbrough switching from a back three to a back four tonight. Goes against what Rob Edwards normally does, although they did play a back four here in their last home game. That was a 0-0 draw against Stoke. Stoke, another side that are at the top end of the Championship table. But
two players in target in Britain, you know, they like to bomb forward, they like to get into that attacking third. Good product coming into the box as well. They have an understanding. Maybe tonight they might have to concede possession, they might have to sit, be a little bit more disciplined and hold that shape of the four.
He talks about the overhaul of players with Ipswich. Middlesbrough, though, they've had a bit of an overhaul. You mentioned Targett and Britain in particular, two summer signings. Targett on loan, but they will improve Middlesbrough as they look to get involved at the top end again this season. Here is Whittaker, will turn midway inside his own half, inside right position. He's very quickly dispossessed over on that side by Jens Kahuste in his second season on loan with Ipswich. Very popular figure, and then he is fouled by Alan Brown as Ipswich tried to come forward 30 yards from goal, free kick.
Yeah, but it's Morgan Whittaker, you know, fantastic little pocket that he picks up as well. But you take a third touch, you're going to get challenged. It's got to be one touch control, and he can pass it. Great quality down that right hand side as well. He's just got to release the ball there.
Free kick then to Ipswich over on the far side, about 15 yards infield from the left touchline. Leif Davis is one of the players over the ball. There's a gathering of players on the edge of the box. We've had about 3 minutes here. Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich 0 on Talksport 2. Davis will leave it for Kahuste. His free kick is headed clear by Hayden Hackney on the edge of that Middlesbrough area. And then the ball is sent back from the halfway line to Ipswich goalkeeper Alex Palmer, who takes a touch midway inside his own half, closed down by Conway, and that's the reaction from the fans. So pleased to see the endeavour from the Middlesbrough striker.
But this is what he delivers. Conway, he never stops, he puts pressure, he's an absolute nuisance for defenders there, putting the pressure, forcing the error from Palmer there.
Here's Conway again. 2 in his first 4 games of the season, not scored in his last 5. The 23-year-old who joined last summer from Bristol City, throwing inside the Middlesbrough half. Rob Edwards just behind that target, pointing where he wants it to go. It comes back to target. He was fouled on this near side by Sam Schmodix, former Blackburn striker. Scored 43 times in just over 90 appearances for Blackburn in his second season now with Ipswich, as the free kick is taken quickly. Switch towards Morgan Whittaker. Leif Davis rising to head the ball clear, and it was kept in play on the far side by Philogene, coming back doing his defensive work. But as it goes into Kahuste, well, he's done really well. Great show of strength. He handed off 2 Middlesbrough players who were all over the back of him. Gets over the halfway line, but it will be deflected off a Middlesbrough player for an Ipswich throw. Again,
intelligent play, you know, just the position that he picks up, knows exactly, can he drive forward, can he move forward, and that's what he does, just gets his body in to protect it. For me, I'm surprised a free kick isn't given there.
Kahuste in his second season on loan from Napoli. There is a clause in there: if Ipswich are promoted, Ipswich will make it permanent. I think everyone would be happy with that, particularly if promotion is earned, which Ipswich certainly on course to do that. They do have a game in hand. They can go third tonight with a victory. Will be on goal difference, just the 1 defeat so far in their opening games. Target for Middlesbrough, ball over the halfway line into Bergzog again. It was Furlong this time, a handful of the shirt of Bergzog. Looked at the referee, nothing given. Middlesbrough keep possession, although they've gone back to the edge of their own penalty area with the 2 centre halves in Fry and Jones before it goes to the right back Britton, but he's ball forward to the halfway line, initially intercepted by Kahuste. Then there will be a free kick. Kahuste penalised on the halfway line. It's 0-0.
Yeah, I think it's excellent from both sides. Middlesbrough really having to move the ball fast, especially that defensive unit, because that front 5 of Ipswich going to try and force the issue, pressing really high. And then, like you say, picking up second balls in the right areas as well. But what I will say, if that Middlesbrough can just keep that composure, be a little bit, probably be as brave in possession. Once they beat that press, Ipswich will then have to drop back and respect that.
Another free kick. Schmodix pushing Alan Brown in the back. Brown on loan from Sunderland after suffering a broken leg last season, hampered his appearances for the Mackhams as they made it to the Premier League. Brown in the Championship with Middlesbrough, just his second start since joining tonight, as Ipswich have the ball with Darnell Furlong on the right hand side. Goes back to Dara O'Shea. An Ipswich back 4 with 3 former West Brom players in it. Goalkeeper Alex Palmer adds another West Brom link to the Ipswich lineup as the ball is fizzed in from the right hand side towards Hurst. Couldn't quite capture the ball under control. It's out for an Ipswich throw, which Darnell Furlong will take. Going back to Dara O'Shea in his second season since joining from Burnley. looking to get that immediate return to the Premier League. Ball going forward to Matasiwa. He's joined from Rennes in the summer, another Dutch link in the Ipswich midfield, going back to the days of Muir and Thijssen and Romeo Zondervan. So many famous Dutchmen have graced the Ipswich shirt over the years. Palmer receiving the ball back inside his 6-yard area. Will use Cedric Kipe. He's on loan from Stade Rennes after joining them last summer from West Brom. And then there's a poor pass by Hurst for the second time in quick succession from George Hurst. And Middlesbrough look to capitalise. Far side, Morgan Whittaker turns on the corner of the 18-yard area. He's got a galloping run from Britain. Took the ball in his stride. It was just about to go for a goal kick, but he managed to flick it out. It will be an Ipswich throw, 0-0.
Well, you got to look at that. Without the ball, Middlesbrough, Strelets and Conway, they're going as a two, and then the three behind just kind of sit off. Let them do, working very, very hard without the ball. Forced it in there. Morgan Whittaker, that first touch. Can he take it into the box? Don't allow Davies a chance to get back. As soon as it goes a little bit wide, he gets in there. He's a good defender. He's going to come and press you.
Throw in taken on the far side by Leif Davis. It will be hooked back towards the Ipswich penalty area by Del Fry, but it's won back, and it's a ball out to this near side for Ipswich there right, with Eggerly. Loses out as he brings it infield, and Matt Targett can clear instantly. It's a ball that will bobble through to Ipswich goalkeeper Alex Palmer in all bright green this evening on a dark night under the northeast skies in this bowl of the Riverside Stadium.
I'm probably going to be a bit harsh, but Matt Targett, with the quality that he's got, don't just give it back. Try and find the body of Conway or Strelets, rather than just that nothing ball, giving it back to the defensive unit of Ipswich, and then you're going large periods without the ball.
Bergzog winning it back for Middlesbrough in the Ipswich half right hand side. Ball in field to Hayden Hackney. Immediately Ipswich players surround him on this near side, the Middlesbrough left. Brown was looking to switch the play left of the centre circle on the second attempt. He does, with a ball played across the turf to bring Alfie Jones into play on the right side of that Middlesbrough defence, but Ipswich, with numbers behind the ball, forced Middlesbrough back into their own half, and it's back with Targett, the left back on the near side. Hackney on the halfway line, plays a ball round the corner but didn't look before he played it, giving the ball straight back to Ipswich, but Ipswich give it straight back to Middlesbrough.
But John, that's where someone should be. Hackney, a little reverse round the corner, a blind pass, but someone's got to come and show. If it's Strelets, if it's Conway, there was a moment there that Targett done ever so well. He's passed it into Brown. Okay, Strelets and Conway are up as a two. That's when Whittaker has to drop into that 10 position. That's where all the space was. So it's understanding the game. Go find those little pockets of space so that you can always present and receive the ball.
9.5 minutes gone, Riverside Stadium. Talksport 2, Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich 0 as the ball is played over the top. Hurst waiting for it to bounce on the edge of the area, but as he does so, he allows Del Fry to get in between him and the ball and quickly whips it away from him.
Well, you tell me something, a ball bouncing. As a centre back, a ball cannot bounce. George Hurst read the flight of the ball, basically got himself up against Alfie Jones there. That's when Del Fry has to go and put his head on it. He cannot let the ball bounce. As soon as you do, it's in the attacking player's favour.
Another free kick on the far side, Jaden Philogene. Middlesbrough know he's the danger man, but he was tripped on the far side over by the touchline. It's been a bitty start, really, Chris. Lots of free kicks, lots of niggly fouls, and neither side able to get a real rhythm as yet.
Yeah, I understand that. Two good teams trying to probably cancel each other out.
Here's Philogene, we know the magic in the boots as he sends in a ball from a deep area over on the left-hand side, gathered by Sol Bryn in the Middlesbrough goal. Yeah, well, Sol Bryn will be happy with that. I think without the ball, I think both teams have a real understanding of the responsibilities, what they have to do to stop the other one from playing. But this is what I love. Look at this Middlesbrough side. There's 4 players, 4v4, and then still managed to get out Bergzog. It's a free kick. Bergzog push, referee says no, but he keeps his feet, Bergzog, and he plays the ball up to Hackney, and Middlesbrough looking to break here with a run forward. This is Strelets. He's got Bergzog to his left corner of the penalty area. Hackney in space on the edge of the area. A touch and a shot that is just over the bar. Palmer was watching. I think he thought he had that covered, and maybe he did, but it was certainly a bright opening for Middlesbrough. 0-0.
Fantastic play from Middlesbrough. I've got to say, I thought Delano Bergzog, little pull on the shirt was a free kick, but anyway, they got out of it. Driving at the heart of the Ipswich defence. The way to pass to Bergzog, he broke his stride. He has to come back. You want to put it in behind so that he can take his touch into the box. Causes all sorts of problems in.
Hayden Hackney scoring 5 goals last season. Not scored as of yet this season. Certainly not in the side for his goals. We spoke about the talent of the England under-21 international in the build-up to this game, of which we've had nearly 12 minutes, 0-0. There's a packed programme on Talksport 2 tomorrow in terms of your EFL action. All gets underway with Queen's Park Rangers against Millwall at 12:30, followed by Coventry and Blackburn as the ball is given away over on the right side. It's a chip ball in. Kipre got his head in the way. He's fallen to the ground. Will be a Middlesbrough corner, but Ipswich again defending dangerously and the passing off target giving Middlesbrough opportunities.
Well, great from Morgan Whittaker putting that pressure on Leif Davis there. Silly pass back, Conway's onto it. What I've got to say, he's got to pass it into the path of Strelitz there. Strelitz can take his shot away. He's took it back onto his right. It's a very difficult. There's no room for error in the cross. It's getting blocked out there. But just a little bit of a wee bit of savvy there, outside the right boot into the path of Strelitz as he's running into the 18-yard box. He's going to get an opportunity to goal.
First corner of the evening is over on the right-hand side as we look over in the far left corner. Middlesbrough's right will be an in-swinger from Matt Targett. Most of the players in the penalty area are inside the 6-yard area. The marking from Ipswich players is tight and close, lots of jostling. There's a big appeal. Middlesbrough looking for a penalty. I think the corner is going to be retaken due to the pushing that was going on. We say it so many times, Chris, give the penalty, that'll make them stop. Yeah,
I think you're spot on. You know, I'm just going to wait for it to come up in the monitor. It's Conway as well, you know what he's like, he's in about it. I'm having a look at it now, both players are at it, and the ref, I've got to say, Palmer it is, just puts two hands on the back of Conway and pushes him. You just can't do it. You can't do it. If the referee sees that, I think you're spot on. The penalty should be given.
Not quite sure if the corner kick had been taken in time. There was another body on this near side. I think Brown was involved with someone as well. So corner retaken. Over in the far left corner as we look, Matt Targett will just place one foot next to the ball to make sure the ground is firm. He raises an arm, left-footed, it's swung in low, it's cleared away by Darnell Furlong at that near post, back to where it came from, but it will be a throw close to the corner flag on the Middlesbrough right. We've had nearly 14 minutes, 0-0 on Talksport 2.
Yeah, I think good quality coming in, you know, making Ipswich, making them have to defend. You know, I think that first ball, excellent, albeit the referee pulled it up. It's just about beating that first man.
Short throw from Callum Britton into Whittaker, a back heel from Whittaker, back to Britton again. Ipswich, so many players around the ball, it came into Brown. Strelitz with a touch to get it back to the right to Britton. He did get a touch with his toe, but it's just rolled over the line. It will be a goal kick, and Ipswich survived that bit of pressure that came in from Middlesbrough. 0-0. Yeah,
defended well. I still feel Strelitz there has that quality that he's always scanning. I don't know why he's went for the little nutmegs to try and put Britton in. Why not just get your body between ball and man? You're on the 18-yard line, take it onto your left and get a shot away.
Strelitz, a £7.5 million deadline day signing from Slavia Bratislava. Still building up fitness. He scored on a recent home game here. It was a game that was live on Talksport 2 against West Brom. Only played the first half as he was still building up that fitness, but you feel as though the more games he plays, the more minutes he's going to be a real threat for Middlesbrough this season. Ball is kept in play by Philogene. The fans on the far side in the East Stand certainly thought that was out as it goes into Hurst on the halfway line. It's laid back to Matasiwa. Moved to the right to Furlong. Ipswich now building down this right side. The route though is blocked off for Eggerly, so he goes back to the experienced Darnell Furlong, former Queen's Park Rangers defender. He's making his 269th championship appearance tonight as the play is switched out to Philogene, but he won't get there. Too much on the ball. Out for a Middlesbrough goal kick. 15 and a half minutes gone. It's Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich 0.
That's excellent defending. Callum Britton sees the danger. Just basically gets there. It's a running race, but he gets his body in between ball and man there and just allows the ball to go out. Fantastic defending. But that's the ball. That little bit of quality into both channels when Ipswich have it.
Target with a chip ball from the left side of his own penalty area up towards Conway, but it was a header forward by Kipre, and it's on with Eggerly on this right hand side. Furlong is looking to overlap Eggerly. He's by the byline. It's a cross that comes off target. Ipswich respond to Middlesbrough getting their first corner of the game by getting one of their own. It's 0-0.
Yeah, great possession from Eggerly. You know, I think always wanting the ball out on that right hand side. I'd face up, get at you, man. You know that Furlong's going to try his best to get round you all the time. Just create that space. It might take the defender away, that you can get end product, good quality coming into the box.
Sindre Eggerly, a championship record signing at £17.5 million when he joined in the summer, only 19 years of age. Big things expected of the youngster. A signing that they think will develop and grow He's on for a short corner here, but you get the temptation that will be ignored. It goes straight in from Davis and gathered comfortably by Middlesbrough goalkeeper Saul Britt.
Well, I'll tell you something, Jayden Philogene central from a corner kick 4, and he's there's no one near him, 15 yards near him, and he's just outside the 18-yard box there. So second phase, with the quality that he's got, you cannot give him that time and space.
Conway down holding his head, but play continues. This might be questionable if something comes from it. It's Leif Davis with a shooting opportunity, was closed down by Brown. It's moved to the left to Philogene. He's in the box. He comes to the edge of the area trying to get onto his right foot. It's laid off towards Cahuste. It's back to Davis, left of the box. It's teed up. It's a shot from Smodics that was blocked on the 6-yard line by Fry. Ball comes back into Hurst. He was climbing with Target, climbing all over Target. Will be a goal kick. Questions will be asked when Conway was down holding his head. Even if it wasn't a free kick, maybe play should have been stopped. Ipswich continued, played to the whistle and causing Middlesbrough problems. It's still 0-0.
Yeah, just fantastic play all round. Philogene, Leif Davis, you know what, he's looking at him on it. I thought he was just offside, but great little pick out to find Smodics as well, who does steer it goalwards, but he should be aware that he's going to have time and space in there, that he can put a little bit more pace and power on the contact.
Leif Davis wins the aerial duel with Morgan Whittaker over on the far side. Nearly a year since Morgan Whittaker last scored a goal. Joined Middlesbrough in January from Plymouth. A controversial move. Not quite settled yet in his new colours of all red. I'll
tell you something now, John. Rob Edwards will be saying to his players, second balls, so important. And Ipswich are winning that battle at the minute. You know, they're anticipating things, they're onto it. You're saying about Leif Davis and Morgan Whittaker going up for the header, but it's Ipswich picking up that second ball. They have to be competitive, they have to be in the face, on the front foot.
Davis with the ball into Hurst, midway inside the Middlesbrough half, laid to the halfway line where Cedric Kipre will play it first time into Cahuste, then it goes into Matasiwa inside the left position, looks back but then sees the opportunity to go square to Leif Davis, adjacent with the penalty area on the far side with those large number of Ipswich supporters just behind him, and they're certainly making themselves heard here inside the Riverside Stadium. Nearly 19 minutes gone on Talksport. Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich 0. It's out to Davis, had the time to cross there. Whittaker does close him down. It's a ball that's come back into Philogene. Left side, 25 yards out, back to Davis, ball into his path, chance to cross first time, cut out by Fry at the near post. Then there's a tussle on the edge of the area, no free kick given, and Hayden Hackney comes away with the ball and plays the ball delightfully down the right channel to Bergzog, who makes his way over to that right side. He's only got brief support of Strelic at the minute, but more players in red are arriving as Bergzog holds up play on the right. Plays it back to Britton, 25 yards out, right side. It's a 1-2 with Whittaker, but the return pass was poor. It was easily intercepted by Darnell Furlong, who's just drifted into a left-back position. And it's end-to-end because Ipswich are looking to come forward. Cahuste taken out by Alfie Jones. A foul to stop the play. He will be shown a yellow card, still 0-0.
Yeah, I think it's a great yellow to take because Ipswich were definitely going forward with good quality there, but it's a fantastic opportunity for Bergzog to get at Furlong 1v1, you know. It's a great run, great little ball down the side, but then he slows it all down and you see Ipswich breaking their neck, 5-6 players to get into position, get their shoulders opened up. That's it, that opportunity's gone now, John. They with the attributes that Bergzog's got, get at you, man. Ask that question, be direct. If you lose the ball, you win a corner, you win a throw in. There's something, there's end product there.
The voice of Chris Owelamo, who is with us tonight on Talksport 2, home of the EFL. As a ball is given away, Bergzog hasn't got the pace. Although he felt it was blocked and the referee did look, thought about it, but Furlong getting himself in the right place at the right time. The experience, I think, paying off there.
Well, I think Furlong knows exactly what he's doing, but if it's not as big a touch as it was, I think the referee does probably give the free kick. It was always going through to Palmer, wasn't it?
It's been a frantic opening, not too many clear-cut chances as of yet. Just over the 20-minute mark. Possession given away again. There's been a lot of that. Middlesbrough this time to Ipswich. Cahuste with a curled flick ball that was too high for Leif Davis, drops out for a throw.
I don't know if you've noticed, John, but you look at the back four of Middlesbrough, so compact that still both channels. So straight away, it's not the responsibility of Callum Britton or Matt Target to go out and press that wide man. That's when Morgan Whittaker's got to drop, Bergzog's got to drop, I don't quite get it. I don't understand it, because then you're asked, it is more defensive. I think you asked that question before the game. I would rather Callum Britton, can you go then the 3 target, Fry and Jones shuffle across, and then it gives you extra players in the middle of the pitch. But at the minute, Ipswich are winning all second balls, and that's the outlet, both channels.
Does that maybe question then Ron Edwards switching from the back 3 to the back 4? That you're almost saying that a 3 will be better with the way he's trying to
keep
play.
It as a 3,
yeah.
And then have 5, with your wing backs. Bergzog can do that on the left.
Ball has dropped here to Philogene. He's got space on the edge of the area. Middlesbrough backed off left of the day. A shot who was finally closed down and charged down by Alfie Jones, but a player of the goal-scoring talent of Jayden Philogene cannot be given that kind of space. 5 goals already this season Middlesbrough have been able to clear, but they have the ball on the right side. Alan Brown is leading the charge. He tried to find Conway on the edge of the box. That was blocked over on the far side by Kirhusti, who's been everywhere so far. The on loan Napoli midfielder, born in Gothenburg in Sweden, and Ipswich will break here with Hurst over the halfway line. A ball looking for the pace of Philogene, left of the penalty area, into the box. 3 arriving in blue, but he's played it straight off the shins of Jones, and Middlesbrough can mop up the danger again. 22.5 minutes gone, 0-0 on Talksport 2. Frantic but lacking quality, Chris.
Yeah, it is lacking quality, and that's an opportunity there. Morgan Whittaker, you can see just his frustration. He knows he's got the touch. Just concentration levels as well. It just gives you an opportunity to allow your Middlesbrough side to get a breather in there. Like you say, it's end to end. Good defending, and then getting in the face of Philogene, stopping that.
Midway through this first half, I was mentioning earlier, a triple header on Talksport 2 tomorrow, with all of your EFL action covered, kicking off with Queen's Park Rangers and Millwall at 12:30. 3 o'clock kick-off. We continue on Talksport 2, Leicester versus Portsmouth, and we've got a Saturday night game Coventry Blackburn at 3. Leicester Portsmouth is the Saturday evening game. Tomorrow on Talksport, we've got Forest and Chelsea live commentary before game day live with Adrian Durham going around the grounds in the Premier League and the EFL, and a full classified service. That's before a busy week of Premier League, Champions League, Europa League and Europa Conference on Talksport and Talksport 2. Here at the Riverside Stadium, 23.5 minutes gone on Talksport 2. Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich 0. 2 teams at the top end of the Championship table. Middlesbrough could go top, Ipswich could go third. Both of these teams only lost 1 game so far this season each. Ball into Bergzog, drifting to the right side. It's laid off into the path of Alan Brown on that right side. Whittaker can now make the move in from the touchline, but again his pass was off, although it has come back to Hayden Hackney. Still on that right side for Borough, all in red this evening at their home ground. And it's almost a packed house. It's an electric atmosphere in a game that's been frantic from the start. Matt Target, a gentle hush around the Riverside Stadium for the first time this evening. Ball to the right. Callum Britton, former Blackburn defender, will play it in towards Whittaker. Again, his passing field is intercepted. It will come back to Borough with Hayden Hackney, who's made his way forward. He's on that right side. It will go back to Britton, close to the halfway line. It goes into the centre circle to another Middlesbrough born and bred player in Dale Fry. The academy here at Borough producing 3 players in the starting 11 tonight. So many more in and around the first team squad as well, including Fry, including Hackney, including goalkeeper Saul Britt. Whittaker again on that far side, the Middlesbrough right, into Brown, back out to Britton. The pass just slightly behind him. He will keep it in play, close to the corner flag, right side. There are 3 in the box in red, waiting for a cross as Hackney starts to make a run into the area. Evades the challenges, and a shot that took a deflection. It will go for a corner. Hayden Hackney living up to the bill, an exciting talent who just drifted beyond the Ipswich players as he made his way into the box. A left-footed shot that fortunately Ipswich got a defender behind. It will be a corner. It's 0-0.
Yeah, fantastic quality there from Hayden Hackney. Just driving in, knew what he wanted to do as soon as he received the ball. Very, very direct, had that quality in between 2-3 players, taking the shot on. Morgan Whittaker had an opportunity just to do it as well, and I think Alan Brown should just set it for him so Morgan Whittaker can do the exact same.
Target will send in an in-swinging corner dangerously. Palmer got a punch to it. Will drop to Smodics on the edge of the area. Couldn't keep control. Couldn't hold off Alan Brown, who touches it back to the halfway line. And Middlesbrough can look to build again. 26 minutes gone. 0-0. Whittaker. Bergzog now on the right-hand side. It will be sent down to Brown. Sliding in with Smodics. Will be a Middlesbrough corner close to the corner flag on this near side.
Yeah, much better from Middlesbrough. Second balls, being alive to that second phase as well. Palmer there made the decision to come. Good punch as well outside the box, but again, Middlesbrough picking up the second balls and keeping that pressure on. Can they go forwards? Yes, they can, with quality, with purpose as well. It's been good.
Throw in that Matt Target will take. About 8 yards from the corner flag on this near side into Hackney, back to Target. Lovely ball into Hackney, who's got space to turn to face up towards the penalty area on this left-hand side. He plays a 1-2 with Bergzog, comes to Brown on the edge of the area. Quick feet amongst a crowd of Ipswich players. Just one too many in the end. The challenge comes in, but the Ipswich clearance, the respite is brief because Middlesbrough have it back, and you can hear the crowd starting to build with the momentum that Middlesbrough are building. It's on the halfway line with Hackney, who seems to be everywhere at the moment. Ball into the feet of Morgan Whittaker over on the far side, the Middlesbrough right, showing Leif Davis a trick and a skill, and a ball in from the right is low and comfortably collected by Alex Palmer. 27 gone, Middlesbrough and Ipswich nil.
Yeah, I think good quality. Matt Target there took a little bit of a gamble, stayed forward. It's basically 6v6 here. Morgan Whittaker gets the ball on the right hand side. I think it just has to be better quality. Make sure you beat that first man.
Middlesbrough at home this season, played 4-1-3, drew 1. The last one, the draw, was here in their last game. 0-0 against Stoke as Smodics plays a ball forward that is well intercepted by Matt Target.
I think it's quality from Smodics. He picks up a great little pocket. Egley is driving inside. Hurst is coming into the channel. That's the ball, and the little clip into the channel. Egley's the central. Then can you, if it gets into that kind of final stage, then you're picking up things at the edge of the box here.
Middlesbrough have the ball on the halfway line with Callum Britton, the right back in the side tonight. Middlesbrough making 4 changes from their first defeat of the season before the international break at Portsmouth. Britton moving from a centre-back position to a right-back position this evening as part of a reshuffle by Rob Edwards. Certainly not a panic. He's played with a back 4 before. He just is normally and kind of regarded for playing that back 3 and playing it quite effectively as he did at previous clubs, including Luton. As Ipswich have a throw on the far side. Leif Davis will take his 4th season since a move from Leeds. There's another interception. Middlesbrough quickly on the ball. Alan Brown was famous for that kind of challenge at Preston, where he made over 400 appearances before that move to Sunderland. Here is a ball on to Conway, who's building on the left-hand side. Ball into Hackney on the edge of the area. Here's Hackney into the area. He's blocked off Ipswich with so many players back inside the penalty area. As we welcome listeners from Talksport to this game, live on Talksport 2, Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich 0. We've had 29 minutes at the Riverside Stadium. 2 sides at the top of the table, both only losing 1 game so far this season. Chris Wellamo is alongside me. It's been frantic, Chris. We're just waiting for a bit of quality in there.
Yeah, end to end, isn't it? You're seeing little glimpses. It's just that end product. As soon as it's good quality into that attack and third, and then that's where it just kind of starts to drop. That final pass, that final decision just needs to be a little bit better. Hayden Hackney starting to see a lot of the ball, driving forward, showing those qualities. But again, just that final pass, that final little bit of quality has just let him down.
Middlesbrough can go top tonight with a victory, unbeaten here at the Riverside this season. Ipswich yet to win away from home, but a win would take them 3rd, and they do have 1 more game to play than everyone else. That's due to that infamous game at Blackburn that still needs to be played. That'll happen in December as Leif Davis gets in behind, and it's a shot from Hurst on the penalty spot. Big handball appeals. It was Del Fry who threw himself in front of the ball. Davis got to the byline, pulled it back to Hurst, who was in space. Fry definitely got in front of it. From here it looked like it was an outstretched hand. The referee is surrounded by Ipswich players.
Well, I think when you look at this, Del Fry's threw himself at the ball. It's a natural position for the hand when you're actually trying to get the block in, when you're sliding. I'm going to have a look at it on the monitor now. Josh Hurst does everything right, comes on to the goal, doesn't move. For me, it's no penalty. It does come off the arm. It's in a natural position. The ball hits the hand. His arm's actually behind him. You know what I mean? So I think the referee's got that one spot on, Matt Donoghue.
Just after the half-hour mark, first real decision Mark Donoghue has had to make. Corner is given, corner is taken. In swinging to Hurst at the near post, dropped to Eggerly. Close to the penalty spot, left-footed. The 19-year-old's firing that one over the bar and wide of the goal. Still 0-0 here at the Riverside Stadium.
It's a big opportunity for Eggerly, isn't it? Look at the space and time that he's got. You know, it's Philogene that was in the last corner as well. They have to get someone on that. Make sure they mark up tightly there.
Goal kick taken. Leif Davis, who set up that chance. George Hurst, who started the season with a goal at Birmingham in a 1-1 draw. He's got 3 so far this season. 3 in his 8 games. It was a penalty on the opening day, cool as ice at St Andrews, with the pressure on him for a late penalty, but he took it coolly. A confident character. Came through the academies at Sheffield Wednesday, at Leicester, before making his move here to Ipswich. Yeah,
I think he holds the ball up very well. He picks up great little positions. He's trying to stretch the pitch, so not come to ball too much. He can run in behind, but he's feeding off scraps at the minute. I just feel that Alan Brown and Hayden Hackney's probably cutting that pass into him, so he is coming a little bit deeper than he usually would to receive the ball.
Matt Targett will take this throw for Middlesbrough. Both of the managers poised behind him. Kieran McKenna in smart grey trousers, black shoes. Rob Edwards, tracksuit bottoms, white trainers, big coat on. It's not that cold tonight. Me and Chris were talking earlier. We're not quite at thermals and big coats just yet. We're not far away though. As Cedric Kipre receives a ball from Alex Palmer, edge of his own area, starts to make his way forward. A marauding run from the French defender, holds off the challenge of Conway, who comes back for another nibble. Kipre lays the ball off to Dara O'Shea with a driven ball towards Eggerly, but it's over the head of the Norwegian and drops out for a goal kick, which Sol Bryn will take. Got the nod, Sol Bryn, at the start of the season. He was battling with reserve goalkeeper John McLaughlin for that first team spot, but it was Sol Bryn that got it, came through the academy. Just his 19th first team appearance tonight, but Rob Edwards is very confident in the young goalkeeper. Big things expected. Yeah,
fantastic ability. You know, I think he's got a great presence around him as well, and you know, I've seen some great performances from him.
Here is Eggerly going down the right side, adjacent with the penalty spot as he gets the ball in. It was low, it was cleared away by Del Fry, involved in that one major talking point in the first half, although Chris agrees with referee Matthew Donny, it wasn't a penalty. And now there's a chance for Middlesbrough. Hackney with a brilliant ball to sell it into the area, plays it into Conway, super save. Palmer racing from his goal, making himself big, 6 yards out. Conway striking the ball straight to the keeper, and then Hackney from the follow-up, a shot from the angle from the left, took a deflection off Furlong, changed the direction wickedly, but Palmer with instincts that was superb to touch the ball away for a corner. Palmer with a double save keeps it 0-0.
Well, let's just say 2 excellent saves. I mean, outstanding saves from Alex Palmer. Unbelievable, fantastic quality from Middlesbrough. Driving forward, 3v2 in Middlesbrough's favour. Strelitz does everything right. Wait a pass to Conway. He'll be disappointed. He's hit the target. Good save straight at Alex Palmer though. But again, Hackney picks up the second ball, manipulates the ball onto his right, takes a shot, little deflection just before Alex Palmer. What a reaction save that is, to get down to it, to get the contact, but then get the contact over the bar.
Target with a corner that's headed by Brown on this near side. It came all the way through, and then it comes out to Whittaker. His shot charged down, and in from Brown. Another save from Palmer. A real goal now. Scramble that Ipswich have survived, and Middlesbrough wonder how they haven't scored. Ball back into the penalty area again. Brown will pick it up, but the flag is raised on the far side. We keep using the word frantic. That was beyond frantic. It's still 0-0. But how?
It's an unbelievable save. Waiting to see this in the monitor, John, because it actually hits basically the chest or face of Tommy Conway, and he's the last man. If he's not there, watch this. It's in the goal. It's in the goal. So it's one of them. It's you can't get out the way. But what a save! What a save that is from Alex Palmer.
A double save from Palmer. The saves that led to the corner, and then from the corner, another double stop from the Ipswich goalkeeper. He's conceded in each of his away games this season. He is doing his utmost to make sure he doesn't concede tonight. Still 0-0. Palmer will restart with the free kick from the offside that was given. Right-footed ball sent high through the centre of the field. Free kick, the foul by Hurst on Dale Fry, and a a chance for everyone, including us, to just take a breath.
You're not wrong. I think it's been fantastic quality. Just shows you it's a great advertisement for the Championship. Exactly what it's all about, isn't it? Two teams going toe to toe here, end to end. You know, what 3 fantastic saves there from Palmer.
9 minutes of normal time in this first half to remain here on Talksport 2. It's Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich 0. Seemed to be no end of drama as Leif Davis has the ball slipped into his path again on the byline. Really good skill to pull it back, and it's a header that will be cleared off the line by Dale Fry. It was a brilliant leap from Schmodix. He's only a few yards out, heads it down towards the goal, and there was Fry to hook the ball to safety. Danger not over, ball still inside the Borough penalty area, but with the help of Hackney and Whittaker, they can come forward. Whittaker to Hackney, going down the right touchline. Great spot to play the ball into Conway, and then onto Bergzog's 18 yards out. Palmer is there again, and then the shot is wide from the follow-up from Stelec. How has he missed? It's another super save from Alex Palmer. Unbelievable stuff at the Riverside, and somehow it remains 0-0.
I've got to say, absolutely unbelievable, John. And you know what? Alex Palmer comes out and has a proper go at Egley, because he should take responsibility there and drop in. Delano Bergzog done everything right, tries to find that bottom right hand corner, great save. And who was it? Was it
Strelic?
You know what? I think you've got to be brave there. Say, I'm going to hit the ball, I know I'm going to take a sore one from the keeper, but it's in the back of the net, and he shies away from it. Doesn't make the contact properly because he thinks he's going to take it. And to be fair, at the other end, Smodix does everything right with the header. Fantastic little ball from George Hurst. It's beaten Sol Bryn. Dale Fry alive to it and keeps it out, and it's definitely not over the line. Fantastic quality.
Palmer receiving the ball back inside his 6-yard area, flings one out to the near side. Darnell Furlong leaks but can't keep the ball in play. Rob Edwards is applauding, he's raising his arms, and he gets the response he wants from the fans, and I'm sure he'll get the response as well from the players, because at the minute the only thing stopping Middlesbrough from being in front is the brilliance of the Ipswich goalkeeper Alex Palmer. 38 minutes gone at Riverside Stadium. Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich 0. And after what was a tentative start that was lacking quality, neither side getting a hold of this game, Middlesbrough have got a firm grip of it now, but don't have the goal to show, as Britton sends a ball in from the right. Brave header from Cedric Kipri. It will be another Middlesbrough corner.
Yeah, again, good quality, Callum Britton. Good energy down that right-hand side. Gets the cross in, and to be fair, Strelec does go for it, put the foot down there, but like you say, brave header. Kipri knows that he's got to make contact with the ball. Takes it low.
Target's corners from the far side, the right, have been whipped in. There's been a real variation. Some have gone near post, some have gone high to the far post, some have been low. It will certainly keep Ipswich guessing as the next one comes in, delivered in towards the goal. Palmer punching amongst a crowd of players as we head towards the final few minutes of normal time in this first half, heading towards the final 5. Whittaker on the left, down to Bergzog, the 2 wingers for Middlesbrough on this left side. Whittaker looking for the 1-2 with Bergzog. He's not continued his run there, the Middlesbrough number 10. I think Whittaker had the right idea as Cahuste looks to try and get Ipswich on what will be a rare break, certainly in the last 5 or 6 minutes, because Middlesbrough have got the upper hand of the 2 teams so far.
Yeah, Cahuste there driving forward. He's got Bergzog, he's got Hayden Hackney, Target all round, putting that pressure on, trying to keep possession of the ball. Middlesbrough working very, very hard without it, and then when they get it, they have that composure just to be calm and slow it down and get these little passes in, which is important.
Dale Fry forward to Hayden Hackney, 2 Middlesbrough-born players in the Borough starting lineup. Then Fry went long, Bergzog was offside, He put the brakes on, straight through to Palmer.
Well, you shouldn't be offside, John. As simple as that. Walk your feet, get yourself on side, open the shoulders up, because when Matt Target, Dale Fry, they don't have any pressure on the ball. That's where the ball is, that quality in behind either channel.
Bergzog a scorer earlier in the season in a 3-0 win at Millwall. That was game 2 of the campaign. Middlesbrough started the season so well. They won their first 4 league games, scoring 7, conceding just the 1. Ipswich unbeaten in their last 5 since their only defeat of the season. That was at Preston. Arguably, they were looking set for defeat in Lancashire at Blackburn before that game was abandoned. That will be replayed in early December. Long ball from Palmer, flicked on by Furlong, down this right side for Ipswich, but Dale Fry back there defending, gets in front of Egley, plays it back to goalkeeper Bryn. It's an immediate clearance, but it's straight into Ipswich possession, and it's Kahustik midway inside the Middlesbrough half. Will play the ball back to central defender Cedric Kipre before it goes forward into the feet of Hurst. His first touch was poor, it's just brought him towards the halfway line, allowing Middlesbrough to get themselves into position. It just leaves a gap there for an Ipswich player to try and take advantage of. Here's Leif Davis on the left. It's an early ball, and again Hurst had vacated the space. Oh, that's a big shout. It's a penalty to Middlesbrough. Davis was pulled back by Callum Britton. A strange decision, and it will be a penalty. Well, Matt Donoghue was so instinctive with the decision not to give the penalty earlier, but he was instinctive again there, and I think, Chris, he's got the right decision.
Yeah, I think he's spot on there. You know, when you're looking at it, you know, I think Leif Davis, he puts an early one in. It's defended well, but he reacts quicker than anyone else, and he gets across, and there's definitely contact there. We're going to have another look at it on the monitor as well. He's there first. You know what? There's not a lot of contact. Here's another angle. Oh, I tell you what, it's the slightest little pull, and there's not enough for Leif Davis to go to the ground. But even the pull, if the referee sees it, you can't do it. But for me, it's not a penalty.
Big decisions for referee Matt Donoghue. First penalty not given, rightly. Second penalty given, we're not sure. Certainly one to carry on the debate at half-time. Well, we spoke about George Hurst, so cool and composed at Birmingham on the opening day, on the opening game, a Friday night game that you heard live on Talksport, and Hurst has placed the ball under his arm as Matt Donoghue, the referee, waves away all of the players to the edge of the area. Will Hurst be as cool and as composed on a Friday night at the Riverside Stadium as he places the ball on the spot and stands over the ball? Bright orange boots with goalkeeper Sol Bryn dancing around on his goal line. Hurst takes 3 big strides backwards. He places his hands on his hips. The Middlesbrough fans waving to do their best to put off the Ipswich Town striker, who's looking for his 4th goal of the season. Late in the first half at the Riverside Stadium, a goal that could break the deadlock with two teams aiming to be at the top of the championship. It's a brilliant save from Sol Bryn, who dived to his right at full stretch. A penalty that seemed well hit. It was aimed for the bottom corner, and Bryn, the goalkeeper, has made a super stop to keep the score at 0-0.
It's a fantastic save. He's took the penalty well, but you know what? It's actually a good height for the keeper. Sol Bryn went early, got good power. The strong right hand there from Sol Bryn. Fantastic save.
Corner comes in. Fry heads clear on the end of the 6-yard area to a roar of approval from the Middlesbrough fans inside the Riverside Stadium. Ball comes back in from Davis, whacked away by Dale Fry. Palmer will come a long way from his goal to send it forwards once again. We've had 44 minutes at an electric Riverside Stadium, and it's still 0-0. Live on Talksport 2, a missed penalty for Ipswich. Alex Palmer in the Ipswich goal has made some unbelievable stops in a half that has been relentless. Another free kick, this time for Middlesbrough. Alan Brown, the man that was fouled. We're into the final 60 seconds of normal time. It's 0-0 in this first half.
Yeah, it's been competitive. I think both managers will be delighted with the energy and the purpose and intent of their team. You know, I'm just having another look at it's a great save. You know, I think that it's a good height for Sol Bryn, but he still had to get a good strong right hand behind it there.
3 clean sheets in his 4 home games this season for Sol Bryn, the 24-year-old. Still in relatively young terms for a goalkeeper at 24. Still only a handful of appearances at first team level, but you wouldn't see that by the composed performances that he's putting in. Rod Edwards says he's so laid back, but clearly that helps him on the field with his impressive performances. Callum Britton, he was the player penalised for the penalty. A long ball from the right, straight to Kipre, the Ipswich defender. Goes forward into Schmodix, holds off the challenge of Brown, laid off to Kahustik. The return ball goes straight to Alan Brown. It's a looped ball over the top that Hayden Hackney watched drop over his shoulder. On the right, pushes it forward for Britton, who will get there before Kahustik. No foul, says the referee. Surprise around the Riverside Stadium. It's still 0-0.
Yeah, I thought that was an okay challenge there from Kahustik as well. Great energy from Callum Britton, always asking that question in behind.
Just the 60 seconds of added time at the end of the first half as a cross comes in. Will be missed by Furlong. Drops to Bergzog, left of the penalty area. Plays a short ball to target. Back to Bergzog. Looking to break into the box from this left side. Trying to get it to his right foot. Squares it for Hackney, edge of the D. Moved on further to the right to Britton. It's his ball that comes off the back of Cahoustic. It will drop to the edge of the area to Brown to keep the move alive for the Borough. It's Hayden Hackney. One more roar from the Middlesbrough faithful. Into Bergzog. Holds off his man superbly right to the box 3 to pull it back to. Oh, Kipre's got an own goal. He wouldn't have met a Middlesbrough player. They pulled out. The ball low in, a few yards out. Kipri couldn't adjust his feet quick enough. The most unfortunate goal for Ipswich has given a roar of delight around Riverside Stadium. This time Alex Palmer is beaten and he's by his own man. Super play from Bergzog. Great strength, great skill, and a cross that comes off Kipre and rolls agonisingly over his own goal line. It's Middlesbrough 1, Ipswich 0.
Well, it all just came from that ball. Great little ball from him, that then to Bergzog. Good strength, rolls his man, and then just puts it across with pace. And Kipre just couldn't work his feet quick enough. Comes off the left foot and just the right foot and just beats Alex Palmer, who's been absolutely outstanding tonight. So unfortunate for Ipswich. Yeah, just doesn't work his feet quick enough there. Kipre has to do better for me.
Rob Edwards trying to remain composed, and then there's a roar of come on. A goal at the perfect time. It could be the last action of the first half at the Riverside Stadium, and it is the action that has given Middlesbrough a half-time lead. There goes the whistle in a frantic, energetic, thrilling first half of football. So many talking points. Alex Palmer in the Ipswich goal. Absolutely unbelievable saves. 2 double saves somewhere in there. Number of players involved. A penalty appeal that was turned away. A penalty that was given but saved by Sol Bryn. And right on half-time, the most unfortunate goal, Cedric Kipre turning beyond his own goal, his own goalkeeper. Maybe that was the only way Alex Palmer could be beaten tonight. Half-time at Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Ipswich 0.
Well, that's been fun, hasn't it? The first half at the Riverside Stadium, very entertaining. It was a bit of a tetchy start, and you can expect that off the back of the international break, but it's certainly not just warmed up, but got very hot at the Riverside. Unbelievably, Middlesbrough 10 shots in that first half. Ipswich Town have had 6. The possession, very even, 51 in Middlesbrough's favour to 49 for Ipswich. But the expected goals, 1.28 for Borough, 1.47 for Ipswich. We should have had, according to the geeks, almost 3 goals in this game. We've only had 1, and it was a horrible own goal on the stroke of half-time from Cedric Kipre. You all know I'm a pedant. The 1 minute of time added on had already elapsed when that goal was scored, so you can make up your own minds as to whether we should have still been playing. But Chris, when that own goal was scored, I've got to say, it looks unfortunate because it looks a bit of a mess from Cedric Kipre. But he shouldn't be trying to go with that for his left foot. I know it's taken a deflection, and I know he's got less than a split second to think about it, but the body shape suggested that the right foot was going to be the closer one to the ball to try and meet it. In the end, he tries to get his left foot to slice it away. It could have gone anywhere, even if he had connected with it, and in the end, he's missed it, and it's gone into the back of the net. Am I being harsh?
No, Hugh, we never agree, but I've got to say you're 100% bang on. I think as a defender, you've got to anticipate that. Your body shape is, you've got to have your shoulders open as well, so can you go and affect the player if it is cut back there? I think you're right. He's went with the left. I think you've got to go with the right 100%. 100% bang on. I've got to say, what a half. Exciting. Delivered everything, you know, and we finally got a goal as well, so finally. I'm looking forward to the second half here. What do you think about the penalty? I know, mate, it's never been a penalty. Never been.
It looked on the replays like Britain had possibly just, listen, I don't think it's deliberate by any stretch of the imagination, but I know a lot of the focus is on the fact that he very gently grabbed the shirt of Leif Davis. I think there was a little bit of a clip of the ankle, and Leif Davis felt that and just went down. I certainly think the onus is on him. You know, he wanted to make the most of that situation in terms of trying to win the penalty. Call it what you will. He ended up getting the penalty. I think the focus for this situation is then on George Hurst. And he is the big question mark for me about Ipswich Town's credentials on winning this title, because he is not proven. Whatever you want to say about George Hurst's qualities, a team like Ipswich coming down from the Premier League, having spent the money that they've spent in recent years, should have a proven goal scorer. They brought in Sammy Smodic. He's not scoring goals. They've got Chuba Akpom. They've got Azon waiting on the bench. You know, all these players waiting for their opportunity.
Yep.
He's got to take it with both hands. And in the games that I've seen so far this season, and yes, he has scored a few goals this season, but he needs to do more. And that penalty kind of underlined how this season's gone so far.
Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. I think when you've got the quality of players that are tried and tested, that have scored goals at this level, sat on the bench, you know, this is what it is. When that shot's yours, you've got to do everything to make sure that you keep that shot. So it wouldn't be a surprise. Now they have to come out and win the second half and see where that takes them, Ipswich. But they had a lot of the ball. They had a lot of opportunities in that attacking third as well. Albeit that they just needed that clinical edge. But no, I thought it was an excellent game. I think both teams had moments, but I think you're spot on with that comment.
The penalty kind of made it easy for Solbrin.
Yeah, I think it was a good height from. Still had to get a good strong hand on it as well. He did go early. You know, I think George Hurst, I think when you look at his penalties, they have been, it's not all just been the same place. He has kind of, it's been a variation. So I think Solbrin there just took his, gambled, went early, fantastic save. And like you say, what a reaction to go and get a goal at the other end a couple of minutes later.
The game's come to life. We've had chances at both ends. Probably the deserved scoreline at the break, despite everything that we've seen so far. Borough had created a number of good opportunities. Alex Palmer having an incredible game so far. Conway should have scored. Hackney almost did. Strelec had a huge chance straight afterwards. I mean, he's not going to want to see that again. In the end, again, had they gone 1-0 down, you know, maybe unfortunately because of the penalty award, it could have been a very different atmosphere at the Riverside at this point.
Well, this is something that this Middlesbrough side they've been in this position. It's about managing the game, being professional. You know, I think going out there be competitive. So very much changes that team talk for Rob Edwards. But I think both managers would have been delighted with the competitiveness and the effort and the intensity of their team. But just the quality levels just need to be lifted a little bit.
What's the team talk like for both managers right now?
Well, Rob Edwards, you know, I think very much the goal changes a lot. You know, I think he was getting the fans going as well. He kind of lost his composure when that goal. You could see the emotion in his body as well. So he'll probably take a few minutes out, make sure he calms down, because calm, collected. This team is very much an extension of Rob Edwards, the way that he wants them to go out and play. So yeah, go out and manage the game. Go out and see if you can get that second goal, but don't over risk it. You know, don't leave holes in behind. You know, I think we Ipswich, it's about risk and reward, isn't it? Now, having quality, I think they've had a lot of the ball. They've played through the thirds. I think Smodics, for me, has picked up great little pockets, but that little final pass has let them down. Egley on this right-hand side, I need more. You know, all the quality's coming down that left-hand side, if it's Philogene or Leif Davis, and it's end product coming into the box. But like you say, there's no out-and-out striker. You know, for me, being a 9 and a striker, you're thinking it's all about the quality coming in. George Hurst is dropping deep because he wants to get little touches, but where he needs to be is in the box so that he can be on the end of quality coming in.
I expect changes from Ipswich. We'll discuss what the managers might do from the bench in a few moments' time. Great first half at the Riverside Stadium. We'll be back with John Dunn and Chris Owellamo very, very shortly, just to bring you up to date with the night's other live sport, just in the Gallagher Premiership. Just into the second half, it's Gloucester 20, Bristol 21, and Newcastle Red Bulls 12, Northampton Saints 21. As it stands in your live championship action, Borough are going to be going ahead of Coventry and up to the top of the championship table. But you get the feeling there's going to be more goals in the second half. Can't wait for it. At the break, it's Middlesbrough 1, Ipswich Town 0.
Picture this, a new, more rewarding William Hill Vegas app. You hear that? That's Jackpot Drop, giving you more chances to win across more of your favourite games. That's everyone playing 10 new free spins every month. Easily find the games you love, and we'll recommend the games you will love. See for yourself. William Hill, Vegas as it should be. Download the app. Ends 31st of December 2025. One per month on selected games. Spins 10 pence each. Claim in same month. Expiring 24 hours. Online. T's and C's apply. 18 plus. Gamble aware.
Nice. Direct Line just sorted me a courtesy van while they're fixing mine after my accident. That's how it's done. Imagine if that's how everything got done. Like clients paying you on time. All done.
man. Brilliant. Your invoice is all paid up, left you 5-star reviews. Oh, and a bit extra in there for staying late that time. And I baked this cake for you too.
Nice.
Direct Line. That's how it's done.
Comprehensive cover required. Courtesy van limited for up to 21 days if your van is written off, stolen or you use your own repairer. Excludes windscreen claims.
After a magical visit to the Kingdom of Caring, there's been a spooky mashup in Happy Meal, and the Care Bears are all jumbled up. Join the Care Bears on their most spellbinding adventure yet. Some fun, some food, it's all inside this Happy Meal. Until 4th of November, from 11 a.m. Includes one pre-selected book or toy, while stocks last. Subject to availability, fair ordering policy applies.
Hiya, I'm Mike, colleague here at Asda Pilsworth, and I've got some big news to share with you about all the incredible prices I've seen in store. So turn up the volume now.
Wowza, Mike. That's right, because Asda have got over 3,000 rollbacks across the store and online to help lower the cost of your weekly shop.
That's good, honest value.
That's Asda price. Selected stores and lines. Subject to availability. Excludes Asda Express and small stores. See asda.com/small stores.
The moustache is calling. For years, people around the world have been united by the power of the moustache. This Movember, unite to take on mental health, suicide, prostate and testicular cancers. Come together, grow together. Raise funds, save lives. Change the face of men's health. Sign up at Movember.com.
Take advantage of the Kia electric car allowance to drive the Kia EV3, this year's UK and World Car of the Year, or the new EV4, the Times Electric Car of the Year 2025, with a range of up to 388 miles. Get up to £3,750 towards your PCP finance deposit contribution and 3.9% APR representative until the 16th of December. Search the Kia electric car allowance today.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
Range based on test conditions and may vary. T's and C's apply. Kia Finance.
Stand a spark. Your Screwfix rewards are here with tailored offers, member-only deals, giveaways and discount days. Join for free today. Screwfix. No stopping you.
NFL Live. The Los Angeles Rams at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Somersaults into the end zone.
Sunday afternoon from 2 on Talksport 2.
The unstoppable force of live football.
Brilliant goal! EFL Live on Talksport 2.
Late in the first half at the Riverside Stadium, a goal that could break the deadlock with two teams aiming to be at the top of the championship. It's a brilliant save from Solbrin, who dived to his right at full stretch, a penalty that seemed well hit. It was aimed for the bottom corner, and Bryn, the goalkeeper, has made a super stop to keep the score at 0-0.
It's a fantastic save.
One more roar from the Middlesbrough faithful into Bergson, holds off his man superbly right to the box, 3 to pull it back to. Oh, Kipri's got an own goal. He wouldn't have met a Middlesbrough player. They pulled out the ball low in, a few yards out. Kipri couldn't adjust his feet quick enough. The most unfortunate goal for Ipswich has given a roar of delight around Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Ipswich 0.
Cedric Kipre's own goal right on the edge of half-time has put Middlesbrough ahead and halfway towards retaking the lead in the early championship title running. It came moments after Sol Bryn had saved a George Hurst penalty for Ipswich. A brilliant first half, which really came to life, has probably been far too open for either manager's liking. We'll be back to a second half, live and exclusive here on Talksport 2 very, very shortly. And the live football action will continue tomorrow on the Talksport network. Premier League, of course, is the focus from 12:30 over on Talksport. Talksport 2 will bring you a triple header of championship action throughout the day. And of course, Adrian Durham's going to keep you across all of the scores from the 3 p.m. games on Game Day Live, with one of those being Burnley versus Leeds. Both newly promoted sides facing off and desperate for 3 points. Ahead of that game, our very own Ollie Klink have caught up with new Leeds midfielder and really impressive so far this season, Sean Longstaff.
Sean, thanks for speaking to Talksport. Firstly, how are you finding life at Ellen Road?
Yeah, it's been really enjoyable so far. Walked into like a really young group, so yeah, it's been really good so far. I think the lads are amazing, and definitely so far so good on the move.
And it's interesting as well because you're one of a few signings who came in who are over 6 foot, not afraid of a tackle. Do you feel like there's been a shift from the promoted sides this season in the way they've approached that battle to try and stay up?
Obviously, you look at us, we've signed some big lads and signed some really athletic lads. I think obviously Anton, who I play probably closest to on the pitch, is someone I look at and every day and I think he's absolutely massive, and then he still gets about and he moves really, really well. And I just think you look at the Premier League now and it's so athletic, and ultimately I think that's why it's so hard to play, and it's so hard to sometimes score goals, because everyone you play against is so good and so athletic. And I think last year, that's not a dig on the teams that came up, but ultimately I think whether you're sometimes too stubborn or you sometimes think this is the way I'm going to play and I'm not changing for anyone, like, it sounds great, but ultimately you end up sort of getting found out a little bit. And I think that's what we've done, not just us, but the promoted teams this year have done really well. Like, everyone's got a philosophy, but also if I have to change for 20 minutes in the game and we'll have to either be more direct or we'll have to do whatever to adapt and get a good result in the game, then we'll do that. And I think like I said, that's probably what we've been good at so far.
So all the details from Leeds against Burnley tomorrow from 2:30 Game Day Live on Talksport. Adrian Durham, Troy Deeney, Alvin Martin, Mickey Gray with you as well, including, by the way, in the Premier League, Brighton against Newcastle and Manchester City versus Everton. We'll have our classified results at 5:15. Remember the live football then tomorrow on Talksport. Nottingham Forest against Chelsea at lunchtime. 12:30 here on Talksport 2. QPR against Millwall. 3 o'clock Coventry Blackburn, and 7:45 tomorrow evening. It's Leicester against Portsmouth. Game Day Live on Sunday from 1:30 with Sam Matterface. All the goals as they go in, including Tottenham against Aston Villa and Liverpool against Manchester United. And we'll end the weekend at the London Stadium. An 8 o'clock kickoff exclusively live on Talksport. We'll bring you West Ham against Brentford, an 8 o'clock kickoff on Monday night. So at the break, Middlesbrough lead Ipswich by a goal to nil. Let's hope for a cracking second half in the company of former Scotland striker Chris Uwalumo and John Dunn.
If it's as good as the first half, we are in for an absolute stunning second half. 1-0 to Middlesbrough at the break. We're just about to get underway for a second half. Middlesbrough all in red will kick from left to right in this second period. Ipswich in their royal blue shirts, white shorts and blue socks, yet to win away from home this season. Drawn to, lost one. Their last away win was early April at Bournemouth. They did win 3 away games in the Premier League last season. Wasn't enough to keep them up. And in their last championship season, only Leicester won more games, the champions in that campaign, than Ipswich away from home. And that will have to improve, Chris, if Ipswich are to be certainly in the top 2 again come the end of the campaign.
Yeah, they have to take risks this second half. I think not go gun-ho, but try and dominate the game with the ball, albeit it was a little bit too end-to-end, albeit fantastic for us.
Brown has looped the ball in. It's cleared to the edge of the area. Matt Targett catching it sweetly, dare I say, on his right foot, unbelievably. A shot that has flown over the bar. It certainly wasn't far off. He scored a cracker at Preston in a 2-2 draw early in the season. A right foot shot would have been a collector's item.
Yeah, great technique, to be fair, but I think Alex Palmer was comfortable, knew exactly where his goal was, knew exactly that it was always rising.
That target on loan from near neighbours Newcastle. They've done some local business to Borough. Alan Brown on loan from Sunderland as well. Everyone needs good neighbours. And certainly it's clearly the case up here. And George Uhus will get down the right, put it back to Smodic's first time shot. Didn't get the power on it, nor really the direction. Comfortable save for Sol Brim, but we've had 2 chances early in the second half.
Well, something George Hurst never done in the first half. Stay long, good aggressive nature there, kept possession of the ball, fantastic quality out to Smodic's, and then asking that question in behind as well.
George Hurst with a penalty that was saved in the first half. 3 goals in his 8 championship games this season. Was hoping to make it 4, but not to be the case, as Kieran McKenna looks on very sternly with his arms crossed in his black jacket and draped trousers just below us as we perched on the back row of the 2-tiered main stand here at the Riverside Stadium. Perfect view on what's been a brilliant game so far, and we're hoping it gets even better as Ipswich clear their lines. Leif Davis with the ball forward towards Hurst will tussle and battle and will be out-muscled by Alfie Jones. Hurst was then late in the challenge on Callum Britton. The referee had a long look, but Waves play on. The referee had 2 big decisions in the first half. One was a penalty that he turned away, one that he did give but was saved.
I think that's brilliant from the referee, Matt Donoghue there. He plays on, he knows Hayden Hackney's just trying to stop the flow of the game. Play on, get on with it, you've got the ball. Hayden Hackney, he's up, he's asking the question now. Yeah, you're in control of the ball. There wasn't enough of the contact of John Hurst. I think it was a free kick, but he's done everything right there, the referee.
Matt Donoghue, the referee. Hayden Hackney, 23-year-old, highly rated midfielder, was part of the England under-21 squad that won the Euros last summer. 4 appearances. He also appeared in earlier life for the Scotland under-21 side. Here's Tommy Conway, a bursting run down the right side. He's left one Ipswich player in the wake. Now Davis will come and he'll force himself in front of the player. The referee's assistant is flagging there's a foul by Conway. Ipswich will have the dead ball from the restart. But the second half, Chris, has kind of continued where the first half left off, and we're quite happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think both teams trying to go and get that next goal, which is brilliant for us, end to end. Albeit, again, it's just a little bit frantic at the minute. You just need someone to just get the foot on the ball, have a little bit more composure, a little bit more quality. But Tommy Conway, you know that he's going to run himself into the ground for his team in that endeavour.
Middlesbrough leading by a goal to nil. Cedric Kipre own goal just before the break. Alex Palmer had been superb in the Ipswich goal prior to that. Mentioned the George Hurst penalty that was saved as Ipswich try and break forward early in the second half. A free kick is given as Jayden Philogene was pulled back on the edge of the area. Hayden Hackney puts his hand on his head, but I don't think there was a real debate there. But this is a really interesting position for Ipswich. Left of the day, we've had 49 minutes. It's Middlesbrough 1, Ipswich 0 on Talksport 2.
Well, I'm surprised that there's not a yellow card shown here as well. You know, I think Philogene's got in behind. He knows exactly what he's doing. Hayden Hackney, the little pull in the shoulders as well. I've got to say, Matt Donoghue again, position was excellent. For me, it's a yellow card.
Philogene has scored 5 goals in his last 4 games, including a hat-trick against Sheffield United. All 5 of his goals this season have come at Portman Road on his home turf, but he's over the free kick here. He's placed his arm around Leif Davis. Is that a kind way of saying, please can I have this one? Leif Davis has stood to the left of the ball, which would be odd for a left footer, but clearly they're weighing something up here, Chris.
Yeah, they are. You know, I think it's one of those. I'd be very surprised if it's not Leif Davis taking this on now with the quality that he has.
Philogene has just stood back slightly. I just wonder if Davis is going to touch it to Philogene the way they're positioned at the minute. Now they swap places again. Philogene to the left of the ball, Davis to the right. That would suit the right footer and the left footer. They're in the right places now. It's a hefty Middlesbrough wall, and Davis has sent it low and into the legs of the Middlesbrough players. It will break for Philogene, who crosses first time from the left. It's cleared away by Hayden Hackney. It's a throw into Ipswich. It's 1-0 to Middlesbrough on Talksport 2.
Yeah, they've just got to keep the pressure on now. Ipswich make sure they're competitive, win those second balls. Middlesbrough, the latter part of that first half, were in control, keeping that pressure on.
Jens Kahuste is lining up a long throw. He's used as much of the off-field as he can to get the run and the launch of a throw that Sobrin leaps, grabs and clears for Middlesbrough, all in yellow, the Middlesbrough-born goalkeeper. Lovely layoff from Whittaker, touched on by Conway to Bergzog. Didn't quite take it in his stride there, it's just slowed the play up, and his pass to Conway was met by Palmer. He's lost the ball, it's over on the left of the box. It's Hayden Hackney, a touch and a shot that was blocked by Kipre, and now another shot, this time from Whittaker, a ball that's fizzed over the bar. Just wonder if Middlesbrough initially could have moved it quicker on that far side with Bergzog. It's still 1-0 to the Borough.
I just think it's excellent play again. Great play from Whittaker to take it out the air, find Conway, who puts out to Bergzog. There's end product. Conway asking that question in behind, but Whittaker for me, just edge of the box. You take your touch, the goal, make sure you work the keeper. Make sure you work him. You know, he's leaning back. You can see the frustration with a couple of fans in front of us as well. Just not going for him at the minute.
Ipswich coming into tonight's game, the joint second leading scorers in the league, 15 goals. Joint with Bristol City, bearing in mind Ipswich have played a game less. Coventry have outscored everyone so far. Middlesbrough do have the joint best defence in the Championship, and it will be tested now as Ipswich come forward. Furlong, an overlapping run across the blocks by Matt Targett, and that will be a corner to Ipswich over on the far side of the field. Middlesbrough 1, Ipswich 0 on Talksport 2.
Yeah, much better from Egerle there. You know, he's receiving it, staying expansive, gets the ball, he's driving. Daniel Furlong breaking his neck to try and get round, and then the way to pass was excellent. I just need a little bit more imagination, a little bit more creative quality from Furlong. It's like, yeah, he's won a corner, yeah, but he has to do more for me. 1v1 with the quality that he has, Furlong.
Leif Davis has made the run from one side of the field to the other to collect the ball and place it over in the far quadrant in front of the referee's assistant, who is telling Tommy Conway he needs to stay the full 10 yards from the ball. The short option is there with Eggerly. We've got Hurst inside the area, so too Cahuste. They've both been manhandled by Middlesbrough players. It's a corner that's swung in, curled in and straight out to play, and that will be a Middlesbrough goal kick.
Yeah, poor corner there from Leif Davis as well. You know, Solbren always communicating, completely in control, understanding, letting his defensive unit know, just let that one go. Delano Bergzog taking responsibility. Philogene just in the D outside the 18-yard box there, and just made sure that he's getting a little bit closer to him. He's getting far too much space in the first half.
Middlesbrough yet to concede tonight. 4 clean sheets in their opening 9 championship games. Only Coventry have kept more as they look to come forward and maybe get a second goal. It's on the far side with Bergzog. He's approaching the corner of the box on the far side. Middlesbrough left. Quick feet from Hayden Hackney will get the ball back to the left, this time with Target. It's a low ball that's headed clear by Dara O'Shea. There's a tussle between Fry and between Hurst. Referee says play on, and Middlesbrough have possession with Target just coming in from that left touchline to stroke the ball back to Middlesbrough captain Dale Fry. Touched on to Alfie Jones, his defensive partner, a summer buy from Hull after nearly 5 years on Humberside, well over 200 appearances for the Humberside club. And then it's into Alan Brown, another player with huge championship experience, well over 400 appearances during 10 years with Preston. Here's Morgan Whittaker, joined Borough in January of this year from Plymouth, yet to score for his new side. He had that shot early in the second half as Brown looks up and strokes the ball forward to Whittaker, and he's running towards the penalty area. Lovely layoff to Strelec on the right side. It's an early ball in, tucks away. Whittaker gets his first Middlesbrough goal, and look at the delight on his face and the Middlesbrough supporters. A goal at the end of the first half. He's backed up by a goal early in the second half, and a goal to remember from Morgan Whittaker. Ball in from the right. Palmer, so good in the first half, pushed it out into the path of Whittaker, left-footed. He stroked it home, and he's gone wild with his celebrations. Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 0.
It's a fantastic goal, and to be fair, you know what, he's made it happen. Morgan Whittaker there kept the ball, found a great little pocket. Alan Brown fires it into him, great control, takes it. Little ball round the outside for Strelitz to get on the back, and who breaks his neck to get into the central area. Yeah, Morgan Whittaker there takes a little bit of a deflection, but yeah, does everything right, makes sure he hits the target, and yeah, fantastic goal in the end. I'm just looking at the monitor now. Strelitz is probably an inch, 2 inches offside there, but yeah, no one cares. Fantastic goal in there. Morgan Whittaker, look at the energies to get in there, and then like you say, does everything right, puts the foot through it into the open goal.
It would have been easy to lash at that, but he thought about where he was placing it, and it probably wasn't where Palmer or the defenders expected it to go. 25 games without a goal, that's quite calm from Morgan Whittaker, composed. Listen to the noise now, and the roar when the PA announcer announced the name of Morgan Whittaker. These supporters have been urging him to score. He's had some rough moments here. Rob Edwards had to call out the Middlesbrough fans after Whittaker was jeered at the draw at Preston. But the words from Rob Edwards, who has clearly made his mark with Middlesbrough, and the supporters, they've been heeded and they've got behind their man, and they've got their reward this evening with Whittaker scoring his first for the club. And a second goal tonight as Smodix has a shot that's deflected, and Ipswich will respond with a corner. It's 2-0 to Middlesbrough on Talksport 2.
Yeah, this is it. It's about managing the game, isn't it? They are throwing their body in front of the shot from Smodix. They're great quality from Smodix just to kind of get the ball down, open that, get that little bit of space. But then there's 2-3 bodies going there, making sure they're getting in front of it.
A corner on the Ipswich left-hand side. He's sent in by Philogene towards the edge of the 6-yard area. It was Target that got there first. Whittaker was fouled in the D. That will give some relief to that Middlesbrough defence as they still celebrate that second goal a few moments ago from Morgan Whittaker. 57 minutes gone at the Riverside Stadium. Well, Middlesbrough haven't conceded more than one goal in a game here at the Riverside Stadium. Only once throughout the season. That was the 2 they conceded at Preston when they drew 2-2. That gives you a sense of the mountain that Ipswich have got to climb, despite them being the second joint top scorers in the league.
Yeah, well, it's something that Rob Edler spoke about in his little bit before the game, you know, about having those defensive foundations. You know, they're there, and then they've got the quality that can go and cause any team problems in this league. And that's exactly what you're saying. You know, we've got a defensive unit that communicate, take responsibility, have a great understanding with each other as well.
Alan Brown, good skill on the halfway line, and you can hear the ripple of applause from around us as the ball is sent over the top. Palmer came, right decision, it's a header from outside of his penalty area with Tommy Conway lurking, as he so often does. Morgan Whittaker, by the way, nearly a year without a goal. 26th of October last year, 3-3 draw for Plymouth at home to Preston. You just wonder now, Chris, and you know as much as anyone in terms of a striker and mentality, what does one goal do to get a run going?
Yeah, that first goal, it's always the hardest. And to be fair, he's come out, he's been brave, he's had that little bit of stick from the fans, but like you say, he's got a manager that believes in him and given him the opportunity. So honestly, just he has the quality that he can kick on. It's about just consistently doing everything else as well, working hard for the team. He has that quality, he will get goals.
Closing in on the hour. Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 0, a goal either side of half-time for the home team, who could go on back on top of the table tonight if it stays like this above Coventry. Coventry play Blackburn tomorrow at 3 o'clock. That's a game you can hear live on Talksport 2. Hackney couldn't quite control, but there was enough time to go and make up for that. He's away from Eggerly, who was slow in coming back, and now it's with Bergzog over on the far side. He's in the box, then he just turns to come back out of it over on the Middlesbrough left side. Target was there, he plays it off Eggerly, and that's out for a Middlesbrough throw. He was questioned in the first half, wasn't he, idea about getting back and defending it. Just seemed a bit sluggish in doing that there, the teenager.
Yeah, I think, like you say, I think when you've got to be switched on there. Hackney took a bad touch, that's when Eggerly's got to be onto it, making sure that he's getting possession of the ball for his team, but he's just switched off. Hackney then can recover, actually get in front of Eggerly and create problems with releasing Bergzog down that left hand side.
Bit congested on the far side, so Middlesbrough switch it into the centre circle and then to the right, where Whittaker starts to move infield from the right touchline. A left-footed chip ball to the edge of the box that Furlong heads clear, but only as far as Strelec, who will keep the move alive for Middlesbrough. Out to the far side, it's Bergzog. Touch infield to Whittaker, who's made his way across to that left side, has been playing on this right wing, the scorer of Middlesbrough's second goal this evening, as we do hit the hour mark at the Riverside Stadium, live on Talksport 2, home of the EFL. 3 games coming to you live tomorrow on Talksport 2 from the Championship, kicking off with Queen's Park Rangers and Millwall at 12:30. 3 o'clock is Coventry and Blackburn, and then later the 7:45 kick-off is Leicester versus Portsmouth. On Talksport tomorrow we kick off with Forest and Chelsea, as Stelic plays the ball out to Bergzog. Is in the area on the left side, he wants to get it onto his right foot, but he took too long in doing so. The challenge comes in from Eggerly, but it does then go through to Brown, and Middlesbrough still have it. It's a cross from Stelic, bounced back off his hand, and that was given against him, and it will be a free kick to Ipswich inside the penalty area.
But this is where I think Alan Brown, just fantastic player. He knows when to go, he can slow it down, he's so comfortable in possession, he can see a little pass, some of it's quality, even the pass that finds Whittaker in that little pocket where the goal came from, that little one there out to target. You know, he's just it's the competition for places. You know, Aidan Morris has sat on the bench, who has a great relationship with Hackney, but Alan Brown just comes on, doesn't make the team weaker, in my opinion, knows exactly what you're going to get from him every single game, and that's what it's all about, having a competitive squad.
Alan Brown's 374th Championship match this evening, experience that has been added to this Middlesbrough squad under Rob Edwards. There is Darnell Furlong for Ipswich, a ball from the right touchline in his own half, forward over the halfway line to George Hurst, who controls with his back to the goal that Ipswich are attacking, feeds it out to the far side towards Schmodix, but then Ipswich are forced back into their own half, initially with Dara O'Shea, but it will come forward into the centre circle, where it's a chip ball over the top for Kahustik. It will be chased by Schmodix. Target just got in front of him, it's a header away from goal and over the line, and it will be a Ipswich corner. It is Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 0. 62 minutes gone on Talksport 2.
Well, that defensive unit of Middlesbrough working ever so hard to make sure they're getting up, pressing, making it very, very high defensive line as well. So Cahuste had that quality just to think one on the angle into Szmodic's target. Has to make the contact. If he doesn't, like you say, Szmodic is waiting to take it on the chest there, so good defensive contact in the end.
Leif Davis has gone to the far side of the field, the right corner, as we look to take this corner. The short option is there, but after initially dummying to send it short into Egerle, it will get sent straight in. Well, the keeper was about to take that, but Conway got in front of him and headed it away to the far side, where Bergzog completes the clearance. Could have been a mix-up between the two, but everything working all right for Middlesbrough tonight. There's an apology, I think, there. Thumbs up from Conway to his goalkeeper, Sol Bryn, who saved a George Hurst penalty in the first half. There will be more defending for Middlesbrough to do here. It's a throw, and we know all about Darnell Furlong. He will dry the ball with his shirt. He will lean on the advertising hoardings over on the far side, and he sprints to the touchline and launches the ball towards the penalty spot. It was won in the air by Fry. It's volleyed away by Target. And look at Bergzog. It's 2 against 1 for Middlesbrough, and it's Bergzog racing away, and then he's tried to square the ball to Whittaker. It was blocked superbly by Matasiwa. It's still with Bergzog, edge of the area, left side. Had the overlapping run of Hackney. It's going to come infield to the edge of the area. Brown keeps it moving. It's Whittaker. He's into the area, right-hand side. It's a shot across the face of goal, left-footed from the right. Flashes across the goal. Palmer seeing it wide and then berating his defence. It's Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 0.
And this is the moment of quality. You know, fantastic play. And he knows Whittaker. He has to find Tommy Conway. You know, it would have been an excellent goal. You know what he's trying to do, find that bottom left-hand corner. You know, he's trying to open up the goal, using the player to blindside kind of Alex Palmer there. But Conway's there, little cut back, make it 3, game over.
Ipswich will restart. Alex Palmer tentatively moving to the edge of the area. Conway thinking about closing him down, and then Palmer releases the ball to at the left as we look to Dara O'Shea. The Middlesbrough fans behind that goal, big massive flags, red and white flags, waving constantly, making so much noise. An ultras area of the Riverside Stadium, and it's clearly having an impact. Middlesbrough unbeaten at home so far this season. 2-0 up tonight, and if things stay as they are, they will be top of the table tonight before Coventry take on Blackburn tomorrow, again live on Talksport 2. Looks as though we're about to see changes, the activity taking place on the bench in Ipswich. Looking like they're going to bring 3 players on. Now that's a response. I think there may even be a 4th appearing there as well. That's a big change. But before that, can Ipswich try and get themselves a goal? And there's some big players there coming on as well. They can really change things, Ipswich, with the size and the quality of the squad that they have. Ball forward to Szmodic, intercepted by Hackney. It will drop to Matasiwa. Furlong on the right touchline is forced to go back, with Middlesbrough getting men behind the ball, and Ipswich will move it from right to left, and it comes out here to Leif Davis. Villaging infield of him. Davis puts his foot on the ball, rolls it back to Cedric Kipre. He scored an own goal at the end of the first half to give Middlesbrough a deserved lead. They doubled the lead with Morgan Whittaker early in the second half. Poor control from Furlong. It bounces away from him, gives the opportunity for Bergzog to come sliding in, taking the ball and a bit of the man, and that gets the Riverside crowd going again.
Yeah, this is, like you say, I think this is you look at the changes that Kieran McKenna's bringing on, quality is ridiculous, really. The players that go on really can make an impact, if anything. I think make the team stronger as well. You know, it's crazy quality, but have to go on, risk and reward now.
Cahuste is off. He is replaced by Marcelio Nunes, who didn't make himself overly popular with the Norwich fans with his celebrations after the big derby win a couple of weeks ago. George Hurst is going off to be replaced by Chuba Akpom, who is making a Middlesbrough return, and it's a very warm reception for the former Middlesbrough man. Also going off is Egerle. And also coming on is Jack Clark and Ivan Athol. Bit of administration to do here when there's so many changes, but I think we've got you covered. I think the main bit, which we'll pick up with Chris in a moment, is the quality that is coming on that he's just mentioned. Does this bring Ipswich back in the game? Well, the first touch for Nunes is a shot from a long distance. It's deflected and pinballed around a few Middlesbrough players on the edge of the box before a second shot came in from O'Shea, but that was straight at goalkeeper Sol Britt. 2-0 to Middlesbrough, 67 minutes gone. Ipswich clearly making the changes to try and salvage something from this game. And what have we got here? The referee. Is that a goal kick that hasn't gone all the way out of the box? No, it's a corner has been given. Well, me and Chris are looking mystified, as are pretty much all of the Riverside Stadium. The referee clearly knows what he's doing.
Yeah, there's not much of a reaction from the Middlesbrough players there as well.
The chance for Ipswich and the newcomers to make their mark. Nunes has placed the ball over on the far side, so after a string of in-swingers that didn't come to anything, it's an out-swinger. It's headed clear to the edge of the area. It's Philogene, a right-footed shot that was always rising to the delight of the Borough fans. It's Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 0. And Middlesbrough will counter the Ipswich changes by making 2 of their own. David Strelic will be replaced by Calais Senna. Also coming on for Middlesbrough will be Aidan Morris. 2 players who started the game before the break will come on now and listen to the roar for Morgan Whittaker after scoring his first Middlesbrough goal. After 25 appearances of not scoring, he scored the second goal tonight that could prove to be the last goal of this game to send Middlesbrough back to the top of the table. So 4 changes for Ipswich, 2 changes for Middlesbrough. On Talksport 2, it is Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 0.
Yeah, I think you look at the changes, you know, with Aidan Morris, Alan Brown and Hayden Hackney just sitting in front of that back 4. I think they do it very, very well, have a good understanding as well. They can go and link up, be an attacking threat, but without the ball, boom, they know exactly the responsibilities to the team.
There's a warm reception from the home crowd with Morgan Whittaker going off, and even warmer reception from the management team and the other players that were sat on the bench for Morgan Whittaker. Big hugs all round, high fives, and a huge smile on the face of the former Plymouth striker. Leif Davis will stretch and slide to keep the ball in play, and all he ended up with was corner flag between his legs, and the Middlesbrough fans joyfully celebrating that they've got themselves a goal kick with 20 minutes of normal time remaining here live on Talksport 2.
Yeah, you're looking at Jack Clark with the quality he's got. Just give it to Leif Davis. His feet there, that first touch, he's onside. He's read that he's looking right across the line. He has that quality that he can take that first touch inside and take Callum Britton out the game.
Jack Clark has been in good goal-scoring form this season. 4 in his last 5 championship appearances. 3 of those have come as a substitute, including the last away game, 1-1 at Bristol City. The referee's going to have to halt play here. There's a head injury on the halfway line. Ipswich not happy as they were breaking down the right side, but they see the Middlesbrough player down on the floor, and there's not too many complaints on the home team as the 2 members of the Middlesbrough medical team come sprinting onto the field to check the well-being of the player. Is Aidan Morris, who's just come on, I think is the Middlesbrough player that has taken the whack. In fact, no, it's Alan Brown who is just laying on the ground and receiving treatment. An apology from Nunes, who was the player involved.
Yeah, I think it's that left knee. You know, there was some contact. Yeah, he took a sore one there.
Chuba coming on. Former Arsenal Academy player, had 82 appearances for Middlesbrough in a 3-year spell, scored 34 goals, got the golden boot in one of those seasons, scoring 28, but he's yet to score for Ipswich in his 5 appearances since arriving. 2 of those have been starts. He's on loan from Ajax, which the club he joined after he left Middlesbrough, and a warm reception when he came back, still fondly remembered here. He was linked with Middlesbrough and Birmingham City before he made the decision to join Ipswich, to join their promotion push back to the Premier League. And again, it is the law of the sob, the law of football, Chris. You come back to your old club, you haven't scored for your new club, it's written in the stars, isn't it?
It usually is, John.
Pont leading the line for Ipswich tonight. Alan Brown back on his feet. He's going to come off the field on this near side. He will soon return. A reminder of all of the action we've got on Talksport tomorrow. On Talksport 12:30, Forest versus Chelsea, followed by Game Day Live with Adrian Durham as he takes you around the grounds in the Premier League and the EFL, followed by a full classified service over on Talksport 2. Live commentaries in the EFL Championship of QPR versus Millwall, Coventry versus Blackburn, and then Leicester versus Portsmouth. It's a shot from Furlong who has joined the Ipswich attack, but again Middlesbrough with numbers behind the ball, bodies on the line, everything has been blocked, tackled or headed away so far that Ipswich have thrown at Middlesbrough, and they lead 2-0. 72 minutes have gone so far at the Riverside Stadium here on Talksport 2. A switch of play, Kipring on the edge of the box, feeding it down the left side of the penalty area to Davis. He comes back to Jack Clark. Again, another player with undoubted quality. I mentioned the goals he's already scored this season. He's been an impact player from the bench, and he's spoken quite honestly about understanding that role that he's been asked of Kieran McKenna, that it's about the starters and the finishers if Ipswich are to have a successful season. That wasn't a great touch from Matasiwa, and it will be with Bergzog on the halfway line. It's a 1-2 with Hackney, and Bergzog is away down the left side. He's only got really one option in the middle, which is Sen, as it's sent in and it's cleared away. It will be a Middlesbrough corner.
Yeah, I've got to say, Delano Bergzog has been outstanding. You know, I think asking that question, having the composure to slow it down, using his strength, and then, you know what, being completely selfless as well. Trying to release the ball, trying to play players in when I think he can go on and try and get an opportunity himself. You know, he's been outstanding this evening.
Hayden Hackney has positioned the ball in front of the very quiet Ipswich supporters who are starting to think about long journeys home. They have a few of those this season as Hackney raises an arm to deliver the set piece. It's low in at the near post. Not sure if that was the intention of the raised arm. It was cleared away by Darnell Furlong. Matt Target on the halfway line will right-footed send the ball back to Sol Bryn. Didn't really have the power that I think he would have wanted. Jack Clark just applying some pressure, so Bryn's clearance will come straight back in his direction as Ipswich try and break on the right side. Philogene has gone over to the right to allow Clark his position on the left, but Philogene couldn't get beyond target. More applause from the very satisfied Middlesbrough faithful so far this afternoon. 74 gone, Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 0.
Yeah, good quality, Matt Target, not giving Philogene any space whatsoever, making sure, getting that head down, putting the pressure on. Rightfully so, winning the throw-in.
Closing into the last 15 minutes of the game, Ipswich need a spark to try and give us a thrilling ending, because Middlesbrough are dealing with anything that's coming their way so far. Here is Matasiwa, a drop of the shoulder, a move away, a ball to the right to Furlong, 15 yards inside the Middlesbrough half. Looks frustrated that there wasn't really an option forward, so he's come square across the halfway line. It's with Kipring, the scorer of the Middlesbrough first goal and own goal. It's a lovely ball from Kipring over the top of two Middlesbrough players into the path of Luke Davies. Perfect call for a touch, allows Callum Britton to smash the ball into the lower tier of this main stand on the west side of the Riverside Stadium. Davis will quickly look to take the throw, to try and find that route that Ipswich will need. And despite players buzzing around him, doesn't really see the opportunity to find the pass or the throw that he would want to take. Eventually Ipswich do have it, and it's moved out here. Dara O'Shea, the centre half, he's got a shooting chance. He took a touch and he was quickly closed down. Again, Middlesbrough just throwing bodies on the line. Hackney and Fry both steaming out towards the Ipswich defender inside the D. It will be an Ipswich corner. It's 2-0 to Middlesbrough.
Yeah, defending very well. You know, good quality there from Ipswich to get Dara O'Shea that space and time centrally there. But Dale Fry, Hayden Hackney throwing himself. Dale Fry had an opportunity, 3-4 shots.
Header from the corner is in. It is Dara O'Shea who's just had that shot. It was a floated corner in at the near post, and O'Shea just moved into a position. No one went with him. It was a free header, a stooping header, angled beyond Sol Bryn. Middlesbrough concede. Ipswich have a lifeline with 14 minutes remaining.
Yeah, this is a real test of character now. You know, a goal from nothing, been defending really, really well as well. Good corner coming in, but look at that. Dara O'Shea gets away from his man. More zonal marking there. Tommy Conway He'll be disappointed. That's his chance. That's what he's got to do there. Protect that front post area. He's got to go and make sure he gets a contact there first. Dan O'Shea gets away from his man.
O'Shea with his first goal for Ipswich. It's took him 25 appearances to do so in his second season. Hasn't scored since August of 24. It was Burnley's opening game of last season, a 4-1 win at Luton. Is it a first goal that will spark the comeback for Ipswich to get into this game? It's certainly going to give us a lively closing at 13 minutes of normal time plus whatever will be added on. Ipswich have been turning the screw slightly without really creating chances as Conway looks to break down the right and his arm pulled by Matasiwa. Will be a free kick to Middlesbrough, and they'll look to take these opportunities to take the sting out of the game and to waste some time. A yellow card as well shown for the Dutch midfielder Azor Matasiwa.
Yeah, rightfully so. I think Matt Donoghue spots that one. I think Tommy Conway does fantastically well. Just fending him off. Matasiwa, there's no reason to pull the arm there. There's still so much distance that you can make up that ground and get in front, get the contact. Silly yellow card to take.
Borough have won 5 of the last 8 meetings between these two sides here. Middlesbrough won in their last visit, but that's their only win here at the Riverside in their last 8 visits, as Target will send in a left-footed free kick from the right side. It's hanging in the air on the edge of the box. It's headed into the area, away by Darragh O'Shea, just to the right of the penalty spot, and then there was a nudge from Dale Fry on Jaden Philogene. Free kick taken quickly just outside the D. It's O'Shea to Furlong. Furlong will gallop forward. He's over the halfway line. It's a low ball aimed towards the edge of the area where Athon was waiting. The Spaniard yet to really get into the game as Seng gives possession away, and Ipswich have it inside the Middlesbrough half. Sendo, after losing it, was determined to win it back and did so, and then he plays a 1-2 with Conway. Conway wants another 1-2, but it was just behind Middlesbrough's number 9. Sendo substitute, sending the ball forward after working so hard to win the ball back. But now Rob Edwards is issuing and trying to get his team back into a defensive shape as Leif Davis sends the ball in. It's Jack Clark, he's in the area on the byline, left-footed cross, pushed away by Bryn, with Athon sliding in just behind him. Such an important touch by Sol Bryn. No Ipswich players close by to take advantage of Bryn pushing that one out, and then when it's sent back in from Nunes, Bryn comes outside of his 6-yard area and gathers to take the sting out of that attack.
Yeah, he's done very well there, Sol Bryn. Fantastic quality as well from Ipswich, wasn't it, to play up. Leif Davis finding Jack Clark, he drives, fires it across, good strong hand, but the defenders around it. Alfie Jones and Dale Fry get the ball clear.
Ivan Athor on loan from Como, team that is managed by Cesc Fabregas. Hasn't played for them, joined in February, got an injury and hasn't played, but has joined Ipswich on loan as a cross comes in from the right, headed away by Britton. Corner to Ipswich as we welcome listeners to Talksport. What's been a thrilling championship game here live on Talksport. It's Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 1. Goals either side of half-time from Middlesbrough gave them the lead. Ipswich have started to pile the pressure on, and a goal a few minutes ago from Darragh O'Shea has given them a route back into the game. They've got a corner here on the left-hand side. Nunes, who delivered the corner that saw O'Shea score for Ipswich. This time it's on the other side, the left side. It's a corner that's headed away by Middlesbrough skipper Dale Fry inside the 6-yard area. Clark will push it back to the halfway line. But Chris, we've got a frantic finish on the way as it's sent back in from Leif Davis. It will go through to Philogene on the right-hand side. He's in the box. He's got Target in front of him, the Middlesbrough defender. It's pulled back to O'Shea. First time cross. It came off the head of Fry. It's going to drop to Kipre. Back across the face of goal. It's another corner. It's great stuff to watch, Chris.
Yeah, they're keeping the pressure on, winning all the second balls. Good quality coming into the box. Really making Middlesbrough go and have to defend. But it's like that second phase. Ipswich are more alive to it. Like you say, just anticipating it. But it's good quality coming into the box. Can they go and get that clinical touch? Make sure the offensive player can get across the face of the defender. But at the minute, they're just anticipating, just picking up all second balls.
Sam Silvera is going to come on for Tommy Conway as Middlesbrough make another change. as we head to the final 9 minutes of normal time here at the Riverside Stadium. Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 1, live on Talksport 2, your home of the EFL. 3 live commentaries for you tomorrow. QPR versus Millwall, Coventry versus Blackburn, and Leicester versus Portsmouth. Your Friday night fix next week is live from Deepdale, Preston versus Sheffield United. Athon for Ipswich. It's a chest and a turn to get away from his man, but the cries of handball were noticed by the referee's assistant. That was spotted. Free kick to Middlesbrough, and they're quite happy to take up the time of these little incidents to just waste time and to see this one out to a result, Chris, that will put them back on top of the championship table.
That's it. You know, I think it's just about keeping that discipline. You know, asking that question in behind, Sen's come on. You know, I think he's got to do a little bit more for me. He's not protecting the ball at the minute. It's all Ipswich having more of it, keeping that pressure on. Middlesbrough just need to get a little bit more of a foothold, get these short passes, go back to Sobrin, slow it right down at the minute.
It's a ball for Saleh. Sen is offside.
I didn't think he was done.
The space there was frightening. He's going to be booked here because he just poked the ball away from Alex Palmer. Has scored 2 this season, Calais Sen, both as a substitute, and we're going to watch it again in a moment. But even if he was offside, the space that was just allowed to him to walk into was... I know Ipswich have got to go forward, but they can't risk leaving the door as wide open as that.
Yeah, it was Hayden Hackney. I thought it was just right in front of the linesman here. Hopefully we do get another look at it, because I thought that Sen he timed his run perfectly. Good little quality ball in behind. Silly yellow card to take though.
3 minutes of normal time. Cedric Kipre got the scoring underway with an own goal. It's a great ball. Lee Davis is offside. Well, it's twice that those two have nearly linked up, Kipre and Davis. Both times he's been offside. Maybe third time lucky for Ipswich. That could spark an equaliser, as Ipswich are about to make their final change with Jack Taylor coming on. He will replace Matasiwa. Taylor, a more advanced thinking midfielder, and really at this stage Kieran McKenna has got nothing to lose as we go into the final 6.5 minutes here at the Riverside on Talksport 2. We will restart with a free kick from that offside. Sol Bryn saved a first half penalty from George Hurst. Cedric Kipre scoring an own goal just after half time. Morgan Whittaker scored his first Middlesbrough goal. Dara O'Shea with his first Ipswich goal has halved the deficit and has given Ipswich a fighting chance going into the closing stages here on Talksport 2. But Middlesbrough have a throw, and they will pass it from player to player just to eke out a few more seconds and to ruin any rhythm that Ipswich might build in the final few minutes of the game. Britain's throw into the feet of Sen, laid off, but Davis will get there first, and then he was barged into from Aidan Morris. Morris, the American, joined from Columbus Crew. They did say before this week, I think Aidan Morris had an international game early hours of Wednesday morning, so always likely he would probably start tonight's game on the bench, but a really important figure in this Middlesbrough squad. Here is Jack Clark. He's going to move infield, midway inside the Middlesbrough half of the field, moving in from the left wing into a central area before allowing Nunes to take up possession. The former Norwich man touching it to Jadon Philogene, a step over, rolling the ball under his boot, but ultimately giving possession away. And Hayden Hackney can break on the Middlesbrough left. It's a ball with his outside of the boot, looking for Sen. He got it horribly wrong, and it's bobbled away and out for a goal kick. 5 minutes of normal time remaining. Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 1.
Yeah, I thought Sen done ever so well to find Hayden Hackney there. I'm just surprised with the energy that he's got. I know it's on the 86th minute. He can drive forward. He's got the full half to run into, commit the defender. Then you can release it. Then you can try and find...
Athon might get in behind. Flag is raised. Offside. It just rolls past the post and wide, but clearly showing the danger that Athon has got, pacing behind. He's ruffled a few feathers there since coming on the field, the loanee from Como. Shows you how close Ipswich are. Some very tight offside calls as we just watched that one back, and that was a feather.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Began with Zaragoza, his hometown club. Ivan Athon, before joining Como. As Ipswich are on the offensive again. Here's Taylor, first touch for the substitute. On to Nunes. Pushed by Sen, but still manages to come forward, manages to ride the challenge, and then there's a free kick against Darnell Furlong, who's the furthest forward Ipswich player there, the right back, nearly on the edge of the area, was just a bit too keen in the challenge on that target. Kieran McKenna doesn't agree. Rob Edwards starting to look a bit thoughtful down there. Here comes a defensive change. Luke Ayling, who started the game before the break, on the bench tonight as Rob Edwards shuffled the pack but also shuffled the formation. And Ayling will come on to replace Danilo Bergzog. A clear sign of a defender for an offensive player to try and see this one out.
Yeah, but it's a great player to bring on as well. Luke Ayling, you know, communicates, organises. You know, he's very, very mobile. He's brave as well in the challenge. You know, but this is what he'll just come on and just bring those leadership qualities.
His 289th championship appearance, as we get a shot of Tony Mowbray and Gary Pallister in the stands here at Riverside Stadium. Two legendary centre halves for this club. Tony Mowbray went on to manage the side as well. Two players who grew up in this area and represented their team just as a few of these Middlesbrough players are doing tonight. Ayling's first involvement is to give a foul away, which has been taken too quickly as far as the referee is concerned, to the frustration of the Ipswich players and manager Kieran McKenna. The applause is Bergzog walking around the perimeter of the pitch and behind the goal to our left-hand side. That's the goal in which Ipswich are trying to get a second goal in. The pass there from Furlong was under-hit to Philogene. Target sliding in, will be an Ipswich throw to restart. We've had 88 minutes at the Riverside Stadium. Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 1, live on Talksport 2. Middlesbrough led 2-0 before Ipswich pulled one back with about 15 minutes of normal time remaining. Is there enough time for them to get a second goal and an equaliser to send a large army of Tractor Boy supporters back to Ipswich with a point gleaned from this fixture? At the minute, that's not the case, and at the minute, Middlesbrough will be top of the table going into the Saturday games. Philogene on the right side, a touch that is too heavy away for a goal kick to the relief. And we hear the applause of the Middlesbrough fans. One step nearer, 3 big points.
Yeah, I don't get that, the touch from Philogene. You know, we talk about the qualities, but he's got to have an understanding, and it's just about making sure, get the ball under control, and then you can get at your man. He's trying to take it in behind. It's a very, very difficult touch, that.
Goal kick that Saul Bryn will take as the noise levels just rise a little bit more inside the Riverside Stadium. Their team 2-1 up and ready to sit on top of the championship table. The goal kick is headed forward by Furlong over the halfway line. Target will be first to the ball before Chuba Akpom. Not really mentioned him since coming on his homecoming to Middlesbrough, where he won a golden boot, but he's yet to score since joining Ipswich in the summer on loan from Ajax. That's a Middlesbrough throw on the far side. More chance to slow things down as we approach the final 30 seconds of normal time here on Talksport 2 before a triple header tomorrow here. QPR versus Millwall, Coventry versus Blackburn, Leicester versus Portsmouth. Talksport, the home of the EFL. A ball high to the halfway line. Alfie Jones will head it forward. Not too much distance on that one though. Hayden Hackney races in to win it back for Middlesbrough. It's a 1-2. It's Hackney. He's got players surrounding him. Tries to wriggle free of them, but he's dispossessed by Nunez. It falls to Kipre. He will find Leif Davis. It's not a great touch. He's closed down by Britton. Here's Sen. Is there one more chance for Middlesbrough? Jack Taylor barges Sen out of the way as we see 4 minutes added time shown. It's Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 1.
I tell you what, competitive, I don't think it's a free kick. Shoulder to shoulder, isn't it? You know, Jack Taylor comes across, strong challenge. Sen's got to be stronger for me, but like you say, Matt Donoghue's close enough.
This free kick certainly won't be taken quickly. Alan Brown did dummy to do so. Then it goes short to Luke Ayling. Where's number 12, the former Leeds defender? Receives the ball back from Aidan Morris before it goes further back to Alan Brown into the centre circle, where Del Friday, skipper, will stroke the ball across to Alfie Jones. Slightly behind the defender, he turns and just plays it down that far touchline. It drops out for a throw. More about getting it in that kind of area, I'm guessing, Chris, than dallying on the ball.
Yeah, definitely. I think he was put under a little bit of pressure. I don't understand why not just go back to Saul Bryn there, slow it right down, and then he can go in behind himself.
said it a few times tonight, Hayden Hackney, he's everywhere, he's there again, despite this being in injury time, the energetic, impressive midfielder, and it might spark another Middlesbrough attack. Callum Britton puts the brakes on as he gets 18 yards from the Ipswich goal on the right side. Then starts to come forward once again. Morris thinking about overlapping, but Britton winning the throw off Leif Davis, right in the corner of the field, just where Middlesbrough want it.
Yeah, he's done ever so well, hasn't he? Callum Britton just slowing down the clock there. A fantastic ability as well, going down the right. Great ball from Luke Ayling.
I said that Hayden Hackney hasn't stopped running all night. Those Middlesbrough fans, there's a few youngsters in there as well, haven't stopped singing, clapping and dancing all night, just behind the goal that Middlesbrough are attacking in this second half. Britton by the corner flag, Jack Clark pushing him off the field. Britton making the pass to Ayling. Free kick conceded by Middlesbrough, 10 yards from the corner flag. Ayling turns and sprints back to his defensive position. We've had 2 minutes of the 4 that have been added. It is pretty much boom or bust for Ipswich now as Palmer plays the ball forward to Jack Taylor midway inside his own half of the field. It's the Middlesbrough fans you can hear trying to just see their side out, trying to give them that last ounce of energy that they need to gain these 3 points that will put them on the top of the table. O'Shea, the Ipswich goal scorer, on the edge of the centre circle in the Middlesbrough half, touched forward by Davis. Jack Clark, socks rolled around his ankles, Ayling nudging him and poking the ball out, and the last touch was off Clark. So to the joy of these Middlesbrough fans, it will be a throw to their side as we head further towards the full-time whistle. 2-1 to Middlesbrough.
Yeah, I was just surprised they'd just go a little bit more direct. You know, you said it, 2 minutes. You know, it's time to go and play in the right areas, trying to play through the thirds there.
Ball bouncing in front of O'Shea, could have been dangerous as it goes back to Alex Palmer, just a few yards outside of his penalty area. It will go forward again to Taylor, despite being an attacking midfield. He's just playing slightly deep at the minute to give Palmer the option forward to Clark, but then back again inside the Ipswich half to O'Shea. Will bring it forward over the halfway line in the centre circle to the right to Furlong. Back to O'Shea again. Furlong again disappointed with the options ahead of him. There's a line of blue shirts, but they seems to be an even bigger line of red shirts as it goes to the right. It's Nunes to Furlong. Can he cross from deep? Thinks about it, goes square to O'Shea. 35 yards from the Middlesbrough goal, back to Furlong on the right, left-footed ball down the line, was intercepted by Targett. A chance for Furlong to fling one into the penalty area. For a moment there I thought he was going to take it short. It can only go in one place from Darnell Furlong, and it has gone short to Nunes. The box is loaded though as it goes to Furlong. He's given it back to Nunes. Now it does go, and it's a high ball to this near side, and it's Britton with the header. More cheers from the Riverside faithful, and out to play, and there is the full-time whistle, and Middlesbrough are back on top of the Championship. Just one defeat this season, back to winning ways tonight to maintain their unbeaten home run. A goal just before half-time, an own goal from Cedric Kipre gave them the lead. Just after half-time, Morgan Whittaker breaking his Middlesbrough duck after 25 games without a goal to give them a 2-0 lead. That was after an epic first half in which Alex Palmer was absolutely unbelievable in the Ipswich goal. Schmodic for Ipswich had one off the line. George Hurst had a penalty saved by Saul Bryn, and Ipswich, as they kept pushing to get back into the game, 14 minutes from time, Dara O'Shea with a header did give them a lifeline, but we never really saw the spark that was going to get them the late equaliser. It's been a stunning night on the Riverside Stadium, a brilliant game, an even better atmosphere. Full time, Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich 1.
Borough are in the hunt for the Premier League. That's the message that they wanted to send. If you want promotion, you'll have to come through us. Rob Edwards is smiling, congratulating his team at the Riverside Stadium tonight. Borough are back on top of the Championship table. 2 points clear of Coventry, who host Blackburn here on Talksport 2 from 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Ipswich stay ninth. They're on 13 points. 6 points off Coventry in second place, and you wouldn't bet against that gap widening. They put a pin in the celebration balloons of the East Anglian derby of Borough tonight. It was a great game, enthralling game. Got 3 goals in the end, Chris Uwalumo. You can feel it at the Riverside tonight, though. It feels big. How big is it for Borough?
Yeah, the real deal. Hugh, I think they were outstanding. I think competitive, second half even better. I think really showed that creative quality in that attacking third. That energy. Delano Bergzog for me was outstanding. Morgan Whittaker gets his goal. You've seen little flashes of what he's about. You look at the quality and depth. You asked before the game, is it more important for one team than another? And I said, you know what? It's just as important. How Middlesbrough have started. This is a real statement of intent, isn't it? They are genuine contenders, and they know that and they believe that. This place is absolutely rocking, and the fans believe it as well. What's that? 16 points out of 18 from home. Unbelievable return.
They've got to build the momentum now. Yeah. It's a great opportunity. Ipswich, a really tough fixture. They've come out with 3 points. They go to Sheffield Wednesday in midweek, struggling towards the bottom. They will host Wrexham next weekend. They then face Watford before the next international break. They have to, I think... Sorry, Watford just after the next international break. But I think those fixtures, if you can build that momentum, that winning run, we've seen other teams do it. 5 becomes 10, becomes 15, and suddenly teams are looking at you as almost unbeatable. The players lift themselves to another level. The Riverside, the fans, the energy, they start to come. The whole place fills up, and it snowballs, doesn't it, towards promotion. It's a great opportunity.
No, it's a fantastic opportunity, Hugh. You need to get yourself in that dressing room. You got my heels on end just talking there, mate. That was unbelievable. But you're spot on. It's all about just momentum, isn't it? Good habits as well, winning games. There's no better feeling in football. But like you say, he's created something there, and the players are starting to believe. That was I've seen more of a Middlesbrough performance. I've seen it in little flashes. They were competitive. Ipswich had a little bit more of the ball in the first half, but then it's about the areas that you have it, and it's about the chances that you create off the back of it. We've got players without the ball that know exactly what the responsibilities are, and they work hard for the team. Honestly, it was an excellent team performance from Rob Edwards Middlesbrough.
Morgan Whittaker got that moment that we were talking about pre-match, his first goal for the club. I couldn't actually quite believe that, but it is, that moment that could possibly spark his Borough career into life.
No, I'm delighted for him. I think, I know what it's like. You go out there, you're just you're working so hard, and need that little bit of luck as well to get that first goal. He's been doing things right, but he started it. He started the move off. He made sure that he broke his neck to get in there. He was very fortunate that the little ricochet comes into his path, but showed that composure and the quality that we all know that he has to put it in the back of the net.
Dara O'Shea made it a game late on with the consolation in the end. What lessons did we learn about Ipswich and Kieran McKenna tonight?
Yeah, well, you think about, they had opportunities. I felt that even when they got that goal, really put pressure on. They did for the first 3-4 minutes after the goal, but then started going back to it's all possession-based game. Go, risk, put the ball in the danger area, ask those questions, deliveries in the box. They made 4 or 5 changes, and they really influenced. It was like organised chaos, and it was actually working. So carry on with that success. Keep being a threat, and all of a sudden taking the foot off the tempo. Middlesbrough made defensive changes, and they actually looked more comfortable in the latter stages of the game.
Yeah, I think there is still a little bit of a way to go for Ipswich Town in terms of gelling some of those new faces, and I think he needs to start giving an opportunity to some of those players who've been coming off the bench. I'll be honest, Chuba Akpom, we know what he can do at this level. Even Azon probably deserves an opportunity up front. I know he wants to back George Hurst, but that penalty moment changes the whole momentum of the game. Yeah, they were fortunate to get a penalty. He needs to stick it away from home. Yeah. A great opportunity to go up front. Listen, anyone can miss a penalty, but sometimes there's a player and they're almost guaranteed. They're going to deliver. If you can have a number 9 like that at this level of football, it could be the difference between missing out on automatic promotion, finishing third and maybe getting knocked out of the playoffs. They don't want to see that happen at Ipswich Town this season. George Hurst, we like him. He's got to improve in that regard. Even Azon's probably going to be knocking on the manager's door very, very soon. If not, Chuba Akpon certainly will be. Even Marcelino Nunez, who keeps coming off the bench, we know what he can do at this level. Those players will be chomping at the bit.
Yeah, and they have to be. And I think that was there'll be I think the debrief. I think the players will have to have a real good look at themselves. You're saying about time to gel. It has to happen. The league will run away with itself. It'll be too big an ask. They definitely have the quality. They still probably are the favourites. Could have jumped up to third if they got a win tonight. So it's all still to play for, but they have to learn from the mistakes.
Been a very enjoyable evening at the Riverside. My thanks to Chris Ualumo and John Dunn. Great commentary. It was end-to-end at times, wasn't it? Had great drama. It's what the EFL is all about. We got more to bring you. Remember, though, Borough go to Sheffield Wednesday in midweek, while Ipswich will try and bounce back as they host Charlton Athletic. We have a triple header for you tomorrow, live and exclusively on your home of the EFL, Talksport 2. 12:30, it's Queen's Park Rangers against Millwall. London derby for you there. We'll then head up to Coventry against Blackburn at 3 o'clock, and a late one too, 7:45 kickoff for Leicester City against Portsmouth. The Sports Bar about to get underway over on Talksport. Jason Cundy and Colton Cole are with you. You can get your calls in. If you're just leaving the Riverside, tell us how you're feeling about Rob Edwards and the impact he's made on this team. You can give him a call on 03717 223344. And Ipswich fans, what are you thinking? You were so happy after the East Anglian derby win. What cost you tonight? You can also send a voice note via WhatsApp to the same number, 03717 223344. I'm Hugh Wisencroft. Thank you so much for your company. Middlesbrough are back on top of the Championship. It's finished Middlesbrough 2, Ipswich Town 1. And coming up next here on Talksport 2, an episode of Following One.